half. He did not return. He has entered concussion protocol. His status for Game 3 is up in the air. Game 3, by the way, is in Portland on Friday night with tip-off set for 9:30.
Joe Reinagel.
And for the third time in 7 seasons, the San Antonio Spurs are the NBA champions.
Jason Minix.
They go back to big day as Super Bowl champions. Dallas 52, Buffalo 17.
It's the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
On a hump day!
Hump day!
Hump day!
Hump day!
Oh, I want to be happy. I'm trying to be happy on this hump day. It's Fiesta. It's all of that stuff. But we are happy to be here. This is the Blitz 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Glad you are along with us. I'm Joe Reinagel. He's Jason Minix. Oh, my goodness.
The thud heard around San Antonio and the world.
Wow.
Ba-bum.
That one happened in the first half. The other thud was late in the fourth quarter. Jeez.
Clink.
Yes.
Day before the draft, Wemby gets hurt last night in concussion protocol. How much time will he miss? Your concern level now, your panic meter, if you will, with the series now tied at 1-1. Put the brooms away. There will be a Game 5 Tuesday night, 8:30 back in San Antonio.
Interesting. But before that happens, there's 2 games in Portland. Friday night, Game 3. Sunday afternoon is Game 4. Will Wemby play in either one of those games? That's the question we're facing right now. I would assume, and I am just assuming, that Game 5 he would be back. But we don't know that for certain.
We don't know that, and we don't know for certain that he's going to be out Game 3, although assumption-wise, because we all are armchair MDs, it'd be pretty difficult for him to clear concussion protocol by Friday. Hell, I don't even know if he's allowed to get on a plane and go on Thursday when the team heads out to Portland. Sunday is certainly certainly a possibility, but no update from the team today. Yeah, they didn't have practice, no media availability. I know they said they were going to run more tests, but if we're all going to dissect it. Mike Finger, incredible article today, column in the San Antonio Express News. Jared Weiss has a great write-up in The Athletic as everybody's trying to dissect what we saw and what you heard from Mitch Johnson after the game, which, and Tom Orsborn, the dogged reporter that he is, just trying to clarify, no broken jaw, didn't go to the hospital for anything else. It's just concussion protocol. Because, admittedly, when I saw him hit the ground and he looked out, like out, crickets. But then when he came to, I was like, all right, is he all there? Sat up, whispered into the ear of a teammate. And then when he got up and ran, it's not like he was wobbly. Like we've all seen guys get knocked out during a football game and they get up and they look like they don't know where they are. He did not have that when he got to his feet.
Well, I'm not sure. When he tried to sit down, he was wobbly.
Sure.
And he got up, got back to the locker room as quickly as he could. But look, the Spurs are going to be cautious with this, and rightly so. So you're not going to rush this guy back. It's not going to happen. So I'd be shocked if he plays Friday night. I'll be honestly shocked if he plays Sunday. Because, again, I don't know if he can get on an airplane in the state that he's in. We are going to be talking to Dr. Alexis Mela.
Sure.
Is that how you say that? Coming up about 4 o'clock, she is a concussion specialist. She treats concussions for TSAOG, orthopedics and spine. And so we're going to talk to her about concussion protocol and exactly what that is and what we can kind of expect from Victor Wembanyama. But look, after all of that last night, the Spurs had that game won.
They did.
They had the game won.
Until they didn't.
And then all of a sudden, nobody could hit a shot. And it looked like some of those players, Luke Cornett, were just gassed. They were completely gassed.
And again, they were up. The Spurs were up 14, 93-79 with 8:33 to go.
Mm-hmm.
And then they blew that game. we talked about this after game one. Portland is scrappy. That's the best way that I think any of us have come up to describe this basketball team. You know, they were down to Phoenix in the play-in game. They were able to rally back. The Spurs struggled putting them away in game one. Yet without Vic, for a good portion of that game last night, the Spurs were in control. They're up 14, and they lose game two. So if you're looking for some sort of silver lining, bright side, you know, going to Portland for games 3 and 4, this team has beaten Portland without Vic, and they've won a lot of games this year without Vic. But last night, and credit Portland, I mean, Scoot Henderson has probably played his 2 best NBA games in this playoff series. But their defense ratcheted up, riled up, if you will, and they didn't miss a lot down the stretch, and the Spurs couldn't buy a bucket. Spurs, they got good looks.
They went 4 minutes, about 4 minutes at one point without a bucket. And I don't care who you're playing. You can't do that in the NBA. They're going to catch you, and they did. And I know, again, and it all I've heard all day on Twitter is how horrible the officiating was, and the Spurs didn't get any calls, and that's where we all go. I get it. I understand that. At this point in time, and we talked about it yesterday, Jason, that Portland matches up okay against the Spurs without Wemby. And I certainly said they need to try to get him on the bench. That was not what I was talking about, obviously, knocking him out of the game. But you could see that they match up well against the Spurs without Victor Wembanyama. And this is going to be a series now if Wemby misses any time at all. It's going to be a tough series to get over and to get by. So we'll see what happens, and hopefully Wemby recovers quickly and is able to. But I will be pleasantly surprised if we see that young man on an airplane tomorrow when the Spurs take off for Portland.
And I think I'd say the same thing, even if he's not on the team charter tomorrow, if you see him at all playing in Portland, games 3 or 4. I mean, we know game 5 would be Tuesday. The advantage for Wemby is this extra day between games because they're not going every other, so last night does count as part of the 48 hours, the way I understand the NBA protocol. So he could, in theory, clear protocol by Friday.
It's possible.
It's possible. Mathematically, it is possible. But I believe, don't the NBA docs have to get involved here?
They do.
Now, I obviously was thinking concussion. I was worried about his jaw, his teeth. Like when he sat up and he was holding his jaw, you wondered if he had all his chiclets in there. It is the Stanley Cup playoffs. I'm thinking, all right, well, spit it out and let's go. Be a hockey player. And, like Larry Bird did back in the day, because it's hard to fall the way he did. And a big reason that he fell the way he did is getting that pass off before he hit the deck. He could have braced himself, but he got that pass away, and that sacrificed his face on the floor. Although, as awkward as that fall was, maybe this is the silver lining that he didn't stick his arm out and snap a wrist trying to brace his fall. Although, and I don't know, he hasn't developed the art of falling like Tony Parker. If he could have somehow twisted his body to let the shoulder and the side take the brunt as opposed to his face. But I'm glad he's not dealing with a broken jaw, fractured cheek, or 25 broken teeth. Well,
I tell you, it was just seeing that and watching him fall, and obviously his face has a long way to fall when you're on a 7'5" frame. So it's a long way down, but it was just nasty. You don't see that kind of fall that often. I couldn't recall that, and we saw something. And Jason mentioned Larry Bird. It was 30 years ago that the same thing happened to Larry Bird. He went out, but he came back in because, look, concussions were not really a thing back then. You just went out and you played, and that's the way that it was. But Wemby, he looked like, now I don't know if anybody's confirmed this or not, but it looked like when it happened, he was night-night.
Yeah.
And he was out. And I've heard, and you read all kinds of stuff, and I don't want to speculate on anything, but that a concussion like that hits the side of your face can be worse than if it hits the top of your head for a variety of reasons. So we've got an expert coming on, so I'm going to let her tell us whether that's true or not. At 4 o'clock again, Dr. Alexis Mela from TSAOG is going to join us here on the Blitz and give us a little bit of update and expertise on what she knows about concussions and concussion protocols and all of that kind of stuff. Wemby wasn't the only guy to get dinged up last night, though.
No, because, those refs let him play physical basketball.
Is that what it is? It's all the refs' fault. They hate us in San Antonio.
My neighbor Hal texted me, they're letting them play a football game out there. And I was like, yeah, it's called playoff basketball. Harrison Barnes, a little shoulder. Dylan Harper's thumb again.
Same thumb, yeah.
Yeah, we'll get into all of that. But the series is now tied 1-1. We do have a poll question up on the YouTube page. What is your panic level now? 0, no concerns at all. 1 to 3, very slight concern. 4 to 6, little panicked. 7 to 10, the sky is falling. Are you going all Chicken Little?
Well, I think it depends on whether Wemby has a seat on a plane or not.
Well, at 2:11, we don't know that answer, so how does it feel right now?
That's true. Tomorrow we may run the same poll depending on whether he got on the plane or not, and we'll see if it changes any at all. Let's talk a little Spurs basketball and what happened last night and some of the other things and what the situation may be. An interesting chart that the NBA has that shows kind of guys with concussions and how many games they missed. We'll talk about that, and who knows what else. But you are more than welcome to call in, express your views. If you're on our YouTube page, you can certainly comment there, or you can give us a call, 656-3776, 656-ESPN. This is the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
From concussions to testosterone, we can help you with that part of it. We can't help Wemby in his concussion. But if you're ready to feel like yourself again, if you've been dealing with low energy, gained a little weight, low drive, you want to get back to feeling like yourself, maybe you need to go get your testosterone levels checked, and really not a maybe, you need to. And you need to go to Synergenics or Low T Center, where you can get customized TRT for you. You see, at Synergenics and Low T Center, they deliver hormone therapy built around the individual, not a standard protocol, one size fits all. Every treatment plan is customized based on the comprehensive lab work, your symptoms, and provider evaluation, and then ongoing adjustments designed to keep patients optimized safely over time. Unlike your telehealth middleman, Synergenics operates as a vertically integrated medical practice, from diagnostics and provider oversight to treatment management and ongoing optimization. Patients receive coordinated care designed for long-term results. Synergenics and Low T Center also offers medically guided peptide and metabolic therapies that can support recovery, sleep quality, body composition, healthy aging, even weight management. And right now at Synergenics and Low T Center, they are offering the T-Test for men free. Hormone testing for ladies, just $99. Normally that's $299. So book that initial appointment now at lowtcenter.com or synergenics.com. That's SYNERGENX.com.
At the Home Depot, we have all your appliance answers. And with Spring Black Friday savings, you can get up to 40% off, plus free delivery on select brands like GE Profile. Simplify your day and get the GE Profile all-in-one washer-dryer with a quick 90 minutes wash and dry time. Now available in multiple color options. And a fridge with hands-free autofill that fills your cup perfectly while you prep for your day. Shop Spring Black Friday savings and get free delivery on appliance purchases of $998 or more right now at the Home Depot. Offer valid April 9th through April 29th. U.S. only. See store online for details.
Shh, here it comes. Surprise! The people above your catering business are doing major construction, and the drilling is only during business hours. It's so loud.
Progressive knows small business owners usually don't like surprises because they cost you money. But a good surprise that could save you money? Getting personalized discounts on a commercial auto quote with Progressive.
Also, that isn't powdered sugar on the floor. It's plaster from your ceiling.
Surprise yourself. See if you can save in as little as 8 minutes at ProgressiveCommercial.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Discounts not available in all states or situations.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting truly great candidates for your roles? It seems impossible to find them, but they have to be out there somewhere, right? Well, they're not hard to find when you know where to go, and that place is ZipRecruiter. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. And because these people are actively looking for jobs just like yours, it's easy to find the right person right away. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. But if you're not using ZipRecruiter, you're missing out. So see what it's like when the impossible is easy. When you go to ZipRecruiter.com/radio right now to try ZipRecruiter for free. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio. Never miss out on great candidates with ZipRecruiter.
Spring into savings this truck month at North Park Chevrolet in Castroville, your 6-time Chevrolet Dealer of the Year. Lease a 2026 Silverado 1500 Crew LT for $589 a month, 0 down. Or drive a 2026 Silverado 1500 Crew Custom for $36,999. New heavy duties have 3.9% financing, no payments for 90 days. Together, let's drive North Park Chevrolet, 10 minutes by Loop 410 in Castroville. Must qualify. Call 830-355-2107 for full price and offer details.
At Kohl's, spring style starts with the season's best shoe sale and continues with 15% off the rest of your looks. But with great outfits from Kohl's, what happens next is unexpected. Strangers ask where you shop. The breeze feels like it's blowing just for you. Your kids pose for photos willingly. Yep, great spring outfits can do that kind of thing. Find yours at Kohl's and Kohl's.com. Select styles, offers end April 26th. Some exclusions apply. See store or Kohl's.com for details.
This is a special alert to all Americans who own a vehicle with less than 200,000 miles with an auto warranty about to expire or with no warranty coverage at all. Due to a decline in the economy, CarShield is announcing a low-cost month-to-month vehicle protection plan that is now available to the public to save any driver out-of-pocket expenses on future auto repairs. Call now to find out how you can pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. Yes, you heard that correctly. Pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. An open phone line has been established for all drivers to call for a free quick quote. Call 800-216-1635 now. Drivers who are covered will not have to pay for covered repairs again. This protection plan is at an all-time low. Additionally, drivers who activate this vehicle protection today will also receive free roadside assistance, free towing, and car rental options at no additional cost. Call us for your free quick quote today. 800-216-1635. That's 800-216-1635. What do you have to lose? Call 800-216-1635. Again, 800-216-1635.
Injuries happen, and when they do, skip the ER and get to the Ortho Now Injury Clinic by TSAOG Orthopedics and Spine. Ortho Now provides walk-in care for injuries like broken bones, dislocations, sprains, and strains. Conveniently located in the Quarry area with extended hours Monday through Saturday with on-site x-ray casting and bracing, Ortho Now has everything you need to treat your injury, and best of all, no urgent care or emergency room copay. Learn more online at tsaog.com.
Attention coaches, educators, and booster clubs. Need a fundraiser that's different from the rest? With Gardenville, supporters purchase something they already need. High quality, locally sourced mulch and compost. Your organization earns money on every sale. Real products, real value, with support from Gardenville to keep it simple. Ready to grow your fundraiser? Visit garden-ville.com/fundraising. That's garden-ville.com/fundraising.
It's The Blitz with Jason and Joe on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
Mitch, Victor's in concussion protocol, but is he being examined for anything beyond that?
No.
Did he have to go to the hospital, or was he x-rayed here? Or?
I don't believe any of that. I just know he has a concussion and he's in the protocol, and we'll obviously take the proper and appropriate steps.
And I believe they will. That was the bad news from last night. Spurs go down to the Portland Trailblazers 106-103. Even that series up at a game apiece. Now, a series will shift to Portland. But will Wemby get a all-expense-paid trip to the state of Oregon?
You know, the question will be, is he on the team charter, or does he get a PJ later in the week? No update coming, no expected update coming from the Spurs today because they did not practice. No media availability scheduled. Wemby was going to have more testing today, whatever that means. I don't know if the Spurs will put anything out. Historically, I would say no, but being the postseason, that might actually come from the NBA and not the Spurs. But I'm not expecting much, and so if you do get some sort of update, like further tests showed he's fine, I'm still a little worried about his face, jaw, teeth, anything besides the concussion that could keep him out. And I appreciate Tom Orsborn of the San Antonio Express-News, who you heard in that soundbite with head coach Mitch Johnson, asking, I mean, is this anything? When you heard Mitch, no, it's just the protocol. So no other injury as a part of that wicked fall.
And there was a lot of stuff going around on in social media last night that he, messed up his mouth and broken his jaw and all of that stuff. So
I mean, I could see that. I mean, I was worried about it.
Well, sure, but I mean, people speculate and they put that stuff out in the atmosphere without any kind of confirmation at all, and so that's what happened. And I'm glad Tom did that. Just a weird night for the Spurs all the way around. From the injury, obviously that had to rock them a little bit, but it looked like they survived the shock of losing Wemby and were playing pretty well for the most part, especially in that fourth quarter, into the third, into the fourth quarter. And, but then they went just completely ice cold, and nobody could hit a shot.
14-point lead with 8 minutes to go. And you got a double-digit lead. You can be mad at everybody. You want to blame Mitch? Blame Mitch. The players for not making shots. De'Aaron Fox has to be better in those situations. Devin Vassell, same thing, although I wasn't mad at the look Devin Vassell got at the end that could have sent that to overtime. Beautifully executed play. The shot just didn't go down. But Devin was 6 of 16, 0 of 5 from 3. De'Aaron Fox was 6 of 16. Steph Castle was 7 of 20. Overall, the Spurs shoot 44% for the game, but it didn't feel like a good shooting night, especially late. They were bad. And, Mitch talked about, late in the game, the offensive struggles.
Yeah, I think, one, you give a lot of credit to Portland, the staff and their game plan, and then their players, because obviously, to your point, they have some guys that can create some resistance and stay attached to you. And I think, there'll be some things that we can help try to get our guys some space and momentum without having to be on the ball, trying to create so much action all the time. And then it looked like there was a level of fatigue there that kicked in just in terms of the intensity of the game and some of the output in minutes that guys had to play. And that's a playoff game. That's what it's going to feel like, and I think there's a lot to learn.
And he's absolutely right. And we talked about this going into the playoffs, just the inexperience of playoff basketball, and it is different. If you want to talk about the officials not calling some things and letting these guys play a little bit, you can talk about that, but we told you that was going to happen because that's what happens in playoff basketball.
And one guy that has playoff experience is De'Aaron Fox, and he understands playoff basketball is physical.
I mean, if they're going to be officiated and let them be physical, just let us be physical back. That's it.
See, and that's that's like I have the whistles going both ways.
Well, but see, and I hear De'Aaron say that. But if the Spurs are going to play physical, then play physical. I didn't see the Spurs playing physical basketball last night.
Well, you listen to like Devin Vassell. I mean, they tried.
Yeah, I think that's one of the biggest things that we can control for us is not worrying about the refs. And at the end of the day, they're trying to make a call in 0.5 seconds. So we can't get worried about if they made this call, if they missed this call, and then we're late getting back, we're doing that. Like, those are stuff that we got to be able to control. We got to be able to control our emotions because we can't control the calls that the refs make.
And he's absolutely right. You start complaining, and De'Aaron Fox was doing that a lot last night. Stop. Just go play. I mean, it's not going to do you any good. The refs aren't going to change how they're calling the game just because you're bitching about it. Just go play basketball. And I say that, and again, Wemby being out is one thing, but when you've got a 14-point lead in the fourth quarter, you don't blow that, not at home.
You don't. And again, standard rule, you got a double-digit lead and a couple minutes to go and you lose, you blame the coach. At some point, draw up a play, call something, do something. But in reality, I don't know how mad at Mitch we should be, because the Spurs did get some open looks. They just didn't knock them down. And credit Portland. As De'Aaron Fox said, I mean, they got physical, their length. The Spurs went really small. It was Luke Cornett and 4 guards out there, and, the matchups didn't work. But, Fox said, I mean, Portland's defense without Wemby in there was better.
Yeah, I mean, they're have long defenders. They're physical. I don't know what the numbers are, but, they don't help a whole lot. They have obviously Clinging down there and Robert Williams. They don't give up a lot of catch and shoot threes. And that's the way they would play. That's what we expected. We knew what we were coming into. They did a better job at that tonight. That we knew that they would try to play faster. They had more transition points, more offensive rebounds, more second chance points. We knew the type of team that they were. So, they beat us at their game.
And, that's going to be an issue, I think, if Wemby misses some time. Portland's really good on the offensive glass. And that could be an issue with the offensive rebounds that they can get, the extra shots that they can get. And without Wemby on the floor, that could be a problem. Luke Cornett, I thought played fairly well, but I think he's one of the guys that just flat out ran out of gas at the end of that game. So I don't know, the other big fellas, are they not going to play? I mean, do you not trust Plumlee at all?
Maybe not, and maybe not in that moment. The good news for Mitch is Game 3 is Friday night. So they've got time to come up with a plan and know what the plan is, and not relying on Wemby if Wemby is not there. Because, that 4-guard lineup, you go that small against a lengthy team like Portland, that matchup didn't seem to work.
No.
Yeah, I thought they did a good job. We had some combinations out there that were a little unique, I guess, in terms of foul trouble, and then obviously having different rotation and trying to keep guys fresh. Portland really forces you to output a lot of energy, and so I thought it was important to try our best to kind of keep guys fresh and keep spinning them because of the toll of output energy that took to deal with the pressure, try to rebound, guard, and rebound again. And that's something, I could probably be better in the next game. But I thought they did a good job, and I thought when we played with pace and, the right connectivity in terms of game plan execution, we did a nice job.
At times they did, and they played well. But it's playoff basketball. And I know a lot of you out there thought the Spurs were going to go 16-0, and it's not going to happen.
15-1, baby.
It just doesn't happen that way. And so they lost the game. This series is tied at 1-1. Obviously, the question mark is Wemby and his availability for the next couple of ball games. What is that going to be like? And if he can't play in those 2 games, the Spurs, they've showed they can do it. They've just got to go do it, and they've got to grow up quick and get out there and do it. And I look to a guy like De'Aaron Fox. He's got to be better. He has to be better.
That's why he was brought in.
He's got to lead this team if Wemby's not there. Even if Wemby is there, you need more from De'Aaron Fox. He played well in Game 1.
You look at this team and what we saw last night. And Mike Finger, great column today in the Express News.
It really is.
Wemby got up, went to the locker room. Can the Spurs get up in this series? The Spurs can beat Portland in this series without Vic. It won't be easy, probably won't be in 5 games, but they can beat this team and get to the second round. I don't know if they can go past the second round without Wemby, but this team can. Last night, especially late, they panicked. They panicked late. The shot selection, I'm seeing some of the comments on the YouTube, which you can get to through sasportstar.com. It's like the old days with fire pop after a playoff loss. I mean, Mitch, you've made it, baby. But at the same time, the shot selections were there, good, maybe a little rushed, but a 14-point lead in the fourth quarter that they built without Wemby. So I'm sure Mitch is telling these guys what they already know. They can play. They know how to play without Victor. But at the same time, maybe the playoff pressure. They looked more nervous in Game 2. Their start last night was god-awful, yet they still led at the end of 1. The idea of the Game 2 nerves more than the Game 1 nerves is a little bit surprising, isn't it? And then late. Did they fall apart because of playoff pressure? Portland playing with house money. Portland they're not expected to win, and they played that way. And look, it is the playoffs. You saw Boston get run out of the gym last night by Philly.
Yep.
But a lot of people, including me, think Boston's going to the NBA Finals.
I think they will.
You saw the Knicks blow a game the other night against Atlanta. It is playoff basketball, and that's what makes a great series.
Exactly. And again, we get it as fans thinking that our team is just that much better than everybody else, and they're not. I mean, it's the NBA. There's a lot of good players in this league, and Portland is got, in my mind, a little bit of an edge. And when I say that, the edge is they just don't believe that they're ever out of a ball game. They are scrappy as hell. They keep playing hard no matter what the score is, no matter what happens in the game. And I have a lot of respect for that team for that. And the Spurs need to find a little bit of that fire. And I keep hearing Greg Popovich with the nasty. And that's what the Spurs need to find. They've got to find. If Portland's going to bully you and you're going to allow that, then you're going to lose. The Spurs have got to find a way to fight back. If you draw some fouls because you foul somebody hard, so be it. Knock them around a little bit, and let's get physical and start playing some playoff basketball.
I want some nasty!
And that's what we need.
Exactly right. So that's what I say. I mean, that's why that De'Aaron Fox soundbite, well, the refs are going to let them play physical. Let us play. Well, play physical then. Just play it. And we'll see what the refs do. Just get out there and knock some people around. I mean, my goodness. I don't want to hear that.
They need Reinagel intensity.
Well, I'd like to be on the bench and say, get your heads out of your butts. Go play basketball. Stop bitching about the officiating. Goes for you too, Spurs fans. Stop it.
Stop it. Stop it. He's just got to quit that.
Absolutely, we do. Hey, we are going to, obviously a lot of Wemby talk coming up today, but there is a little draft coming up tomorrow night. And the Dallas Cowboys had a pre-draft press conference today. We're going to bring in our buddy R.J. Ochoa from Blogging the Boys to there was a bombshell dropped by one Stephen Jones today. We'll let you hear from Stephen and what he said about a particular player when we continue here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. My goodness, I saw the sun today for the first time in about 5 days. It was outstanding to see that. I hope it stays for a little bit while. Certainly do. But look, we've had a lot of rain over the last couple of days. And, well, if it's affected your roof, you need to get the best. And that's Stevens Roofing. You need to call them, 210-785-0994 for anything. Because, look, it's mid-April. We still got a long way to go before spring is over, and those spring storms, they're going to come back, and you know they do because they do each and every year. And you want to make sure that your roof is up to par. Give Stevens Roofing a call. Again, that number is 210-785-0994. They'll send a team out to your house. They'll inspect your roof. They'll let you know if there's any problems, anything that needs to be taken care of, and you know they are the company that can take care of it. Don't let the storms get the best of your house. Get the best that you can get, and that is Stevens Roofing and Solar, 210-785-0994, or you can get them online at stevensroofing.net.
Hey golfers, you could win a set of custom golf clubs from Flight by Yingling. Thank you to everyone who played in the sold-out 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star Spring Golf Tournament presented by Flight by Yingling. Now, imagine hitting the course with a set of custom clubs valued at $2,800 with a cold flight, 2.6 carbs and 95 calories. Enter now at yingling.com/golf. No purchase necessary. Must be 21 or older. Flight by Yingling. Enjoy responsibly. DG Yingling & Sons, Pottsville, Pennsylvania.
Hey everybody, Joe Reinigle here for Window Nation. You know, spring is a great time to open your windows, and wait, your windows won't open? They leak? They're cracked? They need repainting again? You know, getting top quality custom fit windows from Window Nation is easy and affordable. During the More You Buy, the More You Save sale, you could save up to 50% off. Plus, you could get them with 0% interest for 5 years. During uncertain times, one of the best investments you can make is in your home. So visit windownation.com now to book a consultation.
Help, Mother's Day's almost here and I have nothing for Mom.
Relax, sis. Just shop JTV. I already got Mom a gorgeous gold bracelet.
JTV, like jewelry, television. Isn't that
amazing? Yes. They have thousands of gift and jewelry ideas, and their prices are unreal.
Okay, but how unreal are we talking?
Right now, new customers get $20 off your purchase of $99 or more at jtv.com. Use code DEAL20 now.
Why didn't you tell me this sooner?
Because I'm the mean sister.
Progressive knows you think the grass is always greener. Like maybe you ride a motorcycle. But today, it's raining. So you wish you had an RV, but if you did, you'd have to listen to some guy parked next to it at a campsite plays acoustic guitar. Now, before you start wishing you had a boat, remember, your brother-in-law would invite himself every weekend.
Permission to come aboard, Captain?
But one thing that is greener is the money you could save when you bundle your RV, boat, or motorcycle with your home or auto with Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and third-party insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
The Gomez Law Firm is proud to be San Antonio's trusted personal injury law firm for the past 50 years. We have Jose with the Gomez Law Firm here with us. Your firm has been fighting for the people of San Antonio since 1973. That's incredible.
There are not a lot of businesses that stick around for even 50 years, let alone personal injury law firms.
If you have been injured in an accident or hit by a company vehicle, then turn to the law firm that will fight for you. Visit joegomezlaw.com.
And remember, Gomez Law fights.
Running a business means wearing multiple hats. So if you're like me, you probably started out using your personal phone, taking client calls and texts nonstop. As my business grew, I needed something smarter. That's when I switched to Quo, the #1 business phone system. Quo works right on your phone or computer. No carrying 2 phones, no clunky landline, just one easy app you can try for free. Your team can share one number and handle calls and texts together like a shared inbox. Any teammate can jump into the conversation so customers get faster responses. And Quo's AI assistant summarizes your calls and responds to customers 24/7, so you never miss a lead or opportunity. All this starts at just $15 a month. That's basically 2 coffees. You can even keep your current business phone number. Find out why 90,000 businesses trust Quo. No missed calls, no missed customers. Try Quo for free at quo.com/sports. That's quo.com/sports to try Quo free. QUO.com/SPORTS.
Mellow Mushroom has the best pizza in San Antonio. Mellow delivers the best pizza experience with their delicious dough, premium ingredients, and unique flavors. Delivering a higher order of pizza is the standard. If Mellow can make a pizza this delicious, imagine what they can do with munchies, greens, calzones, and burgers. Mellow Mushroom has San Antonio's best happy hour with food specials and half-off adult beverages. Mellow Mushroom is at 1604 in Stone Oak Parkway. Hang with friends, watch the game, and mellow out at Mellow Mushroom.
Got a buddy who thinks he knows baseball? Perfect. On Rangers game days, prove it with the Morning Huddle's Rangers Double Dinger Payday. Pick the Ranger you think will launch it out of here. He hits 1, you and a friend are headed to a Rangers game. He hits 2. Now, you've got tickets and hotel. Yeah, you're making a night of it, and your buddy's buying the first round. Wake up with the Morning Huddle. Call your shot and win the Morning Huddle's Rangers Double Dinger Payday. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, South Texas home of the Texas Rangers.
Back here on a bittersweet day. It is Fiesta. And I put out a video earlier today. We're supposed to be happy, right? It's Fiesta. It's playoffs.
It's rainy. It's gloomy. And we're dealing with concussions.
And concussions. And I'm trying really hard to be happy. So I'll be happy.
You know, Joe Reinagel, who always makes you happy.
Who?
A visit with one R.J. Ochoa from bloggingtheboys.com.
Of course it does. Yes.
Joining us now on the Buyers Barricades guest line. We will get back into the Spurs and Wemby and any update we get when, momentarily. And if we get an update, we'll bring that to you immediately. But the NFL draft is tomorrow. Jerry Jones had a very Jerry Jones-like pre-draft press conference today, as the Dallas Cowboys did. Bill Clinton showed up. Jerry damn near fell like Wemby did last night, but somehow maintained his balance. Aside from President Clinton showing up at the press conference, RJ, what surprised you or did you take the most out of today's event?
I was definitely surprised that Jerry had better balance than Wemby. First of all, that was a bit of a shocker. But I'll say I was kind of not necessarily negatively stunned, but stunned that that Stephen Jones, well, first of all, was allowed to make an announcement on his own, right? Like, hey, we're finally letting the boy, take some for his own here, but that he just declared that the Cowboys are going to have George Pickens play the season out on the franchise tag, that they're not interested in negotiating any sort of long-term deal. It is fair, I think, to wonder whether that's just gamesmanship, if the Cowboys are trying to mask some sort of interest or create some sort of interest when they don't necessarily have any. But I found that to be noteworthy among all of the rest of the pomp and circumstance.
Well, I think that was the story of the day, to be honest with you, RJ. I mean, and him coming out with that statement and saying that is huge. I mean, I think we all kind of thought maybe that would happen. Maybe a trade would be thrown in there, or perhaps an extension. But to just come out and say that, now you got to wonder how Pickens is going to react to that comment.
Or you got to wonder what everyone will be thinking if Jordan Tyson slides tomorrow, right? If Carnell Tate slides tomorrow, and if the Cowboys really were serious, to your point, Joe, maybe they are. Maybe they're working the phones when the 11th pick is on the board, or on the clock, I should say, to move George Pickens, to free themselves up to draft Jordan Tyson. I truly don't know what I believe in all that. There's been a lot of smoke this week with regard to the idea of a wide receiver at 12, presuming the Cowboys were to be wiped out defensively at that point in time. And today only corroborates that. And it corroborates it so it makes it logical, but it also corroborates it too much. It corroborates it so much that you just can't quite trust it. I'm kind of sick of trying to read the tea leaves. I'm ready for a full and final answer at this point.
And we will get one tomorrow night. RJ Ochoa, bloggingtheboys.com with us here on the Blitz. And it does feel like, if anything, the Cowboys, if they do trade it tomorrow, maybe back and get some more day 2 picks as the moving up as much as they value and tend not to. Although they talked between the lines on that too, but I kind of, after listening to that press conference, kind of feel like if they do have any trades, it's likely to move back, not up.
I believe you and agree with you is really what I should say, but I also think that they have become they've made extreme peace with the fact that if they want one of these blue chip premium asset players, defensive players, that they'll have to move up. You look at the mock draft that Peter Schrager released today, had them moving up, not quite as far as a lot of people have had lately, but only to 9, and still keeping a second first pick, and still coming away with Mansour Delane, who is one of those guys. I think you're right, though, Jason. I think that moving back, especially if they do get wiped out, because I think people are so against the idea of drafting offense that if everybody's gone, maybe you do move back, you pick up, and maybe it's not even a draft pick on Friday. Maybe it's a future second, a future third, but just something to buy yourself some more time. This did kind of happen 5 years ago when the Cowboys were on the clock. At that point in time, at 10, everybody thought they were going to come away with one of Patrick Surtain or J.C. Horn, and they went the very 2 picks before them. And so everybody said, trade back, buy more time. They did. The Eagles took Devontae Smith. Then the Giants moved back so the Bears could take Justin Fields, and the Cowboys settled for Micah Parsons, and the last 5 years have been one long headache.
Well, who knows? Maybe there's another Micah Parsons swimming around in there somewhere. I think the Cowboys are going to make a move, and I think they're going to move up. I really do, because I think Jerry wants to make a splash, and I just feel like he does, and with some of the things that he's done just this offseason, as we sit here today, I think he wants to make a splash, and I think one of those blue-chip defensive players is going to be wearing a star.
With all due respect to Mansour Delane, who I think would be an amazing player, because he falls into that category, as we've said, that isn't a splash. I mean, that's cool. That's really just like falling into the pool, right? Like if you want like a cannonball, you know what I mean, like fully soaks the whole property, then you got to get into the top 5. You got to come away with one of these Buckeyes. You got to get either Sonny Styles, Caleb Downs, or maybe even Arvell Reese if things truly and totally work out for you. That's who Leighton Zerline had the Cowboys getting up with today to go up and get. And some of that is just who falls, who's in love with who. I don't even think that David Bailey, for as much local love as he has from the Red Raider fans who also support the Cowboys, I don't think that's a big enough splash. And so it almost isn't worth it to me. Like if you're splashing in the kiddie pool, you know what I mean, is it really a splash? And so those types of things would just be that. If you want, like, you know, the gambler or whatever, they're moving up to 3 where the Cardinals are to go get the future Dak Prescott of the defensive side of the ball.
You know, RJ, as you say that, and I agree and don't, like Schrager, as in moving up 3 spots to 9 with Kansas City to get a corner. Last I looked, Kansas City also needs a corner, so why wouldn't they take the corner there in Delane, right? If that is how it were to play out. But also, like with Tyson, I'd love to see an Arizona State guy on the team. He's got injury issues. McCoy out of Tennessee, corner, injury issues. And it kind of felt like the Cowboys doubled down again. They're not taking guys that could have a redshirt year. So I kind of feel like Tyson and McCoy are off the board for the Dallas Cowboys.
Yeah, and I think that's where I'm most excited for this, because you can talk yourself into different things based on different lines of logic, right? Because the line of logic behind we don't want redshirt guys is you want to contend now. We're focused on 2026 and 2027. Well, if you want to contend now, then what the hell are you doing trading back? If you want to contend now, then why aren't you doing like Joe said and going up and making a splash? Like, at some point, all of this has to point in the same direction. All of this has to serve the same common goal, even if you disagree with the moves. And so I'm fine if you don't want to redshirt guys. But if you don't want to redshirt guys, then you better not be the team who's trading back. If you're all in, then you're all in. You can't be all in and halfway out. This isn't the hokey pokey.
I knew you'd make me feel better, RJ. You always
Your
do.
definition of what is all in and mine might not be the same thing.
Look, the Cowboys need, and I'm with you, they need one of those Ohio State players. They absolutely do. And so why not do it? Because, look, as far as I'm concerned, I don't know what you're going to get at 12. Maybe it's a good player, maybe it's not. And I certainly don't know what you're going to get at 20. Maybe it's a good player, maybe it's not. You move up into that top 5, I feel a hell of a lot better about one of those guys being a guy that's going to be on your team and make a difference for years to come.
More than anything, make it happen, right? Like live and die by your own vision. Live and die by the consequences and the terms that you dictated. Don't just sit there and say, well, we really wanted Caleb Downs, but he didn't fall to 12. Some people in their mocks said that he would, and we were really hoping that he might. And if he had, boy, howdy, we sure would have taken him. Well, you get up off the couch and go do it. I mean, like that. And again, I've said for forever, like, do those things have consequences? Certainly, but they have consequences for normal people, normal general managers who have bosses and who have to ultimately live and die with the results based on the decisions they make. And that's not who the Dallas Cowboys are. So go do it. Put your money where your mouth is, because you're not the gambler. You're not bold. You're not cunning. You are safe and boring and vanilla and celery. I mean, just go do something with some spice and some razzle-dazzle, because if you do, then you can stand on the business that you believe in.
The celery analogy, RJ, is pretty good, especially if you add peanut butter to it.
Oh,
but do you
please.
need to be – Brian Eagle hates peanut butter, but it is fantastic on celery. The idea, though, of moving up to get that star player, but with all the holes on that defense, is it better to stay at 12 and 20 and get 2 really good starters as opposed to 1 potential splash player?
There's definite merit to it. I don't want to say that's so dumb, that's so silly. How could anybody possibly believe that that's the best way to go at this? That there's legitimate logic to it, obviously, but it depends on how you want to build this team, right? It depends on how you want to build that defense. Do you need that badass? Do you need that safety? Do you need that star pass rusher? Like what is everything built upon? And that's what, we've tried to figure that out. We've looked at what they've done in free agency, the trade for Rashawn Gary, the attempted trade for Max Crosby, the different free agent acquisitions, the Jalen Thompson signing and whatnot. But this is truly it, right? Like, this is truly showing your cards, not just with regards to how you feel about this draft class and players and whatnot, but this is who we plan to be. You're finally showing us, this is like in Formula One when they unveil the livery for the first time, and they're like, this is the machine that's going to challenge this season, and we finally get to inspect it all. So I think that you can argue both sides of this coin, and that's what makes it fun, but tomorrow they have to take a step in one specific direction.
Well, again, I hope it's a big step and move forward. And I understand Jason's point about trying to get a couple of players. I just don't know. And again, there's been so many first-round busts that just don't work out. And as far as number 20 goes, especially, you might as well be drafted in the second round. So I say, if you're going to make a splash, make a splash. Go get Sonny Styles and move on with it and get it done.
RJ, before we let you go, gut feeling tomorrow with the draft a little more than, 26 hours away. What do you think the Cowboys ultimately do?
I think they move up. I think that they move up to maybe not 3, but maybe to 6-ish, maybe 9. I certainly Schrager's gotten the Cowboys' first-round pick right 2 years in a row. I think that they really want to move up. And maybe it's not Sonny Styles or Caleb Downs. Maybe it is Mansour Delane. But they come away with somebody who can be a legit cornerstone for their defense. They absolutely have to. And they try not to overpay so that, to your point, Jason, they can kind of have their cake and eat it too with those multiple first-round picks.
RJ Ochoa, bloggingtheboys.com. They'll be all over the Cowboys and draft coverage and probably some good Bill Clinton stories from today. And make sure you're following RJ on all the socials at RJ Ochoa. RJ, always appreciate it, man. Have fun tomorrow.
Thanks, guys. Joe, you looked sad as hell in that video earlier today. I'm glad you're smiling.
Well, yeah, thank you, RJ. I owe it all to you, buddy.
Yeah, it's almost as if he had pimento cheese on that celery. RJ Ochoa on the Buyers Barricades guest line, where they provide traffic control, rental, and sales for San Antonio and beyond online at buyersbarricades.com. Obviously, weaving in and out with the draft tomorrow and the Cowboys brass talking today, interrupted by President Clinton. And
I never had sex with that woman.
Well, he certainly can't now, man. He looks. Dude, one of the comments on social media still looks like he just got out of a casket.
It did, man. He looked horrible.
Oh, Bill Clinton.
Gosh.
What happened?
Stop it.
And then Jerry damn near fell and somehow maintained his balance.
Jerry was impressive.
Something that, and again, it's not that Wemby didn't maintain his balance last night. Part of the reason for the faceplant was his last-second pass of the basketball. Intentional or not, dude sacrificed his chin to make a pass instead of bracing for the fall.
Well, I wish he wouldn't have done that.
Well, in hindsight, but he probably feels the same.
Yeah, I'm sure he does. He's probably got a hell of a headache today. And I try to make a light of it.
Take some Advil and let's go.
Yeah, rub some dirt on it and let's get out there. We're waiting now. Shams Charania was just on NBA Today, and I'm trying to figure out what he said. But, again, he mentions, as we have said, the Game 3 status for Wemby is uncertain at this point. He says he did check into the Spurs facility this morning and is hopeful to travel with the team to Portland. That's according to Shams.
That's better than I thought.
Well, there you go. He's hopeful. But, again, it comes down to, according to Shams, and he's updated all of us, I think, on concussion protocol in the NBA, which is much different than the NFL, I have learned today.
Yep.
But it has to be coordinated, not just a team doctor, but an NBA doctor. Yep. They have to coordinate, and all the stuff has to even out for them to clear Wemby or anybody else from concussion protocol. And what's interesting about that, while we've got a minute, did you see this chart here?
Yeah.
This thing, it's interesting.
It's a great radio.
There's only
hold it up to the camera so at least some people can see the chart.
There's only one. Well, I was going to explain it.
Oh, okay.
I just wanted everybody to know there's only one player, Tobias Harris, who missed no games with a concussion. It goes Jaylen Brown missed 6 games. R.J. Barrett 5 games. Brandon Ingram 4 games. T.J. Warren 13 games. So, I mean, a lot of these guys sat out a long time with concussions. Hopefully that's not the case with Wemby.
What I also look at is none of those concussions that I'm aware of were in the postseason. And honestly, not that the Spurs would do this, or any team for that matter. I was a little surprised with the injury report that Wemby out for the game, concussion protocol. Because I suppose they could have said hurt jaw, face, teeth. They could have hid the fact that it was a concussion. They could have, but they didn't.
This is the Spurs.
Well, and not that any NBA or pro team wouldn't.
No, of course not.
But as soon as they throw the concussion label on there, now you've got to deal with the protocol. And again, the NBA protocol far different than the NFL protocol. 48 hours is it. If this were the NFL, dude would be out at least 5 days.
Yeah, exactly right. And this is a 48-hour thing. in 24 hours. It's the symptoms and how you're looking. I'm sure they look in his eye and everything else. We'll find that out, though. 4 o'clock, Dr. Alexis Mela from TSAOG, and I hope I'm saying her name right. Obviously, Pledge will get that for us when she calls us. But I'm very curious to hear what she has to say about these types of concussions. And again, this is different. This is not one on the top of the head or the forehead. I mean, this is his jaw. And from what I've read, those are different than a bang to the head. So we'll see. But I'll let an expert tell us that, whether that's true or not.
And again, it was a double tap on the floor.
Yeah, it was.
Boop, boop.
I mean, it was. Oh gosh, it was flush. Now, watching that, you're going, did I just see that? What the hell just happened?
Well, and he was night.
Oh, he was for a few seconds. He certainly was night. Well, as soon as we get an update, we will pass that along. But looking forward to talking to the doctor coming up here in just a moment. By the way, at 3:30. Coming up here in about 30 minutes, 40 minutes or so, former Spur Malik Rose,
good friend,
is going to join us here on the Blitz, and we'll get some insight from him on how the team may be feeling without their best player on the floor. Possibly, we'll wait and see. Coming up next, though, I got a question for you, Minix. If you were starting a business and you needed spokespeople for said business, especially for women's attire.
Lingerie.
If you were to
can say that word, you know that,
if
right?
you were to hire Sydney Sweeney and Livy Dunn, do you think that would work?
Yes.
I think it might work too. Interesting that those two have teamed up. We'll tell you why when we continue here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
You know, it's fiesta time. Everybody's going to go out and have as much fun as possible. Don't get arrested, but some of you will. Happens to a lot of people every day for all kinds of reasons, especially during fiesta. If you get arrested, a friend of yours gets arrested, an employee, a family member, you want to get out of jail fast, best way to do that is by calling my good friend Albert and his great staff at AA Best Bail Bonds, 210-225-2121. Text BAIL to 474747, or you can start the bonding process online at mybestbailbonds.com. You don't have to call attorneys or anybody else to get out of jail, and you don't want to be forced into a PR bond. If the jail offers you a PR bond, make sure you truly understand what all those conditions are before accepting it. Your best option for stress-free bail bonds is AA Best Bail Bonds. Nobody beats their price. They offer payment plans, a free shuttle service. They are discreet and confidential and open 24/7 with offices all over San Antonio and Texas, services nationwide. So if you're up in Dallas, down in Corpus, anywhere in between, and leaving any fiesta event, license number 149, remember the phone number, 210-225-2121. That's for AA Best Bail Bonds, or go online at mybestbailbonds.com.
Riding I-35 with the Blitz. Afternoons 2 to 6, KTFM Floresville, and everywhere at sasportstar.com.
We have meaningful basketball being played in San Antonio for the first time in years, and you know the Roof Hub has proven to be the best place to go watch the games with those 3 massive 170-inch screens and TVs all around. All the games, all the fights, and when you show up at the Roof Hub, show up hungry. Open daily at 11, great for lunch, great for dinner, great for late at night, and the best place to watch the game. Just down from the big blind, right next to the Angry Elephant. The Roof Hub, 281 in Redland Road. We'll see you at the Roo.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ziprecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio.
ZipRecruiter. Breaking news for your home. Way-Day. Wayfair's big sale is almost here, and you can score the best deals in home. Like up to 80% off everything home. Yes, you heard that right. 80% off with free shipping on everything. Plus surprise flash deals all Way-Day long. We're talking outdoor furniture and essentials, rugs, and more. All at Wayfair, and all up to 80% off during Way-Day. Shop Wayfair's Way-Day from April 25th through 27th.
Wayfair, every style, every home.
Hey everybody, Joe Reinagle here for Window Nation. You know, spring is a great time to open your windows, and wait, your windows won't open? They leak? They're cracked? They need repainting again? You know, getting top quality custom fit windows from Window Nation is easy and affordable. During the More You Buy, the More You Save sale, you could save up to 50% off. Plus, you could get them with 0% interest for 5 years. During uncertain times, one of the best investments you can make is in your home. So visit windownation.com now to book a consultation.
I know that hiring can be challenging. You need someone to match your role perfectly. Well, now you can meet them fast on ZipRecruiter.
Build your team, build it sooner. Meet your match on ZipRecruiter.
Just head to ZipRecruiter.com/free right now to try it for free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Meet your match on ZipRecruiter. Try it free.
San Antonio's Sports Center.
Dallas Cowboys made massive headlines at their pre-draft press conference this afternoon. Surprisingly, though, it was not Jerry Jones. It was Stephen Jones. He stated they've made a decision to have George Pickens play into the franchise tag this year and will not be negotiating a long-term deal. Texas Rangers took their opener against Pittsburgh last night 5-1. They continue today, 7:05 on San Antonio's ESPN AM 1250 and 94.5.
SportsCenter is brought to you by Buyers Barricades, the Texas Authority in Barricade Rental. BuyersBarricades.com.
Joe Reinagle.
That's the third time in 7 seasons the San Antonio Spurs are the NBA champions.
Jason Minix.
They go back to big day as Super Bowl champions. Dallas 52, Buffalo 17.
It's the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
On a hump day!
Hump day!
Hump day!
Hump day!
Happy hump day, everybody. Hope you're having a good one, whatever you're doing, however you are doing it. The sun actually came up today, and we started a brand new day. Believe it or not, this is the Blitz 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. I'm Joe Reinagle. That's Jason Minix.
So the sun came out today?
It did for a little while.
Just
at least,
a little less bright?
Yeah. Actually got to put on the sunglasses driving in here today.
Really?
Yeah. It was kind of nice.
You're one of those that wear shades inside, though.
No.
Okay.
No, not at all. Although the future is bright.
So you got to wear shades.
Yeah, exactly. It's a song like that.
Is the future bright for the San Antonio Spurs?
Woo.
They lose game 2. Series is now tied 1-1. Wemby falls last night on his face in concussion protocol. What is your panic level now? That's our question on the poll today on YouTube. Get there through sasportstar.com. 0, no concern at all. 1 to 3, very slight concern, leading the way at 36%. A little panicked at 30%. And Chicken Little, the sky is falling, is at 14%.
Well, I don't think the sky is falling because Wemby will be back. It's just a matter of when. Will he be back? And that's the question. So, sky's not falling, but a little panic, a little concern, sure. Because the last thing the Spurs need to do, I'm not saying they'll do that. They're certainly capable of beating Portland without Wemby, but you don't want to go up there and come back 3-1 down.
I forget who tweeted it, but haven't the Spurs in every championship run dropped one of the first 2 games at home in the first round?
That was our good buddy Don Harris did that earlier today. Yeah,
and I think he's right.
Absolutely.
I didn't go look it up, but I remember it's like they've never had an undefeated championship run, and generally in the first round. 1-1. And we're no doctors, no more of a doctor than you are, but I have a hard time thinking that Wemby will clear protocol by Friday's Game 3. Maybe Sunday. I fully would think he would be back by Tuesday, which Game 5 has been set. Tickets went on sale immediately after the game last night. TV time is now set. It will be Tuesday night, 8:30 on ESPN.
Which is good. Game 5 in San Antonio. I expected a Game 5, but most people did not. So that's going to happen for sure. And Robert Alexander on our YouTube page says he would bet my salary that Wemby plays in Game 3.
Oof.
I would like to almost take that.
Wow.
But I won't, Robert, because I don't want you to
I mean, were we talking about an annual salary, weekly salary? I mean, define salary here.
Well, it wouldn't. Yeah, well, that's a good question. I would hate to do that to poor Robert.
Oh, what do you mean?
Well, because
I double your salary.
I don't think Wemby's going to play in Game 3.
So then you would be doubling your salary.
I'm just saying. I just don't think that he will, and I don't want. I don't know Robert. I don't think. Maybe I do.
Clearly, Robert's rich.
Well, apparently he is.
Yeah.
I don't know, but I'd hate to do that to him. I'm hoping that Wemby will be there for one of those games. If it's both, then that's great, and I will be pleasantly surprised. But I just don't know how in the world that young man gets up and plays on Friday night after what happened last night.
With the concussion. Now, it depends on how bad is the headache today. What are the symptoms? And we don't know that. I doubt we'll get any kind of update. But I'm curious. I mean, jaw. I was more worried about his jaw and teeth than I was concussion when that first happened, to be honest. And maybe just because all right, well, I mean, that floor is not forgiving. But how did he not break teeth in that? Or fortunately, apparently didn't break his jaw or a cheekbone or anything of that nature.
You're right. It is surprising because I don't know how many times I've watched that video now since that happened. Obviously, I saw it live, but just this morning I've probably watched that thing 20 times.
Yeah.
And his face hits flush on that floor and then bounces and hits it again. And so you're right. I don't know how that happened. I really don't know, but I'm glad it didn't. It is a concussion. Serious. I'm not making light of that, but I think it certainly could have been worse.
It could have been worse. And again, when we get an update, we will certainly pass that along to you. In the meantime, let's do the Headline Blitz.
This is Jason and Joe's Headline Blitz. Brought to you by Novu Brazil Brewery in North Star Mall. Two guys, two opinions, never enough time.
There's the unwritten rules of baseball, and this seemingly is turning into one of the unwritten rules of the Blitz. If there is a story involving Sydney Sweeney or Livy Dunn, we're going to talk about them, and when you can scissor the two together, it's even better.
You're welcome.
Because they
You're welcome.
are creating an alliance as a lingerie war with Victoria's Secret is heating up.
Well, they apparently are going after Victoria's Secret, and they want to be the number one lingerie company. And there's a picture of Livy Dunn, and, she's wearing a nice top and
nice top
and jean shorts, but then you can see the
panty line
underwear underneath.
It's called a panty line,
and it's got Sydney Sweeney's logo on it. So they have teamed up to push this.
So she's wearing Sydney Sweeney's panties.
She is, yes, she sure is. And then there's new pictures of Sydney. So they're going after Victoria's Secret. They want to be the number one. And hey, if you're Sydney Sweeney, I mean, why not grab somebody that's an influencer and popular like Livy Dunn, and not to mention very shiny.
Mm-hmm.
So all of that is good. It's a great country, isn't it?
It is a great country. It's such a great country that some high school kids in Topeka, Kansas, they went to prom the other day, and they didn't get just a limo for their prom. Nope. They took the Oscar Mayer Wienermobile.
The
I love
wieners.
The Wienermobile.
Wow.
Yeah. Students from Seaman High School.
So wait. Students from what high school?
Seaman.
Seaman.
Yes.
What's their mascot?
They're the Vikings. The Seaman Vikings.
Wow. Okay.
Their mascot's official name is Victor E. Viking.
Yeah, he must be a seaman.
You know, generally, if you're getting the Viking level, you've passed that rank.
All
but
right.
yes,
Okay. Yeah.
There's a former seaman in the Navy. You know, roll with it. But yeah, the Seaman Vikings, their senior prom. So apparently, one of the ladies that drives one of the Wienermobiles lives in the area. So these kids, they say they were hanging out at Sonic because what else do you do in Topeka, Kansas, but hang out at Sonic?
That's what I did in Dallas, Texas.
They're planning. We used to go to Storm's Burgers.
Oh yeah,
that's where we would hang out. But the idea of, well, let's see if we can call and rent the Wienermobile instead of a limo, and it was available. So these kids took their prom dates in the Wienermobile to prom.
Well, that's kind of cool, I guess. I mean, you're going to prom.
Wait, the Wiener was available, you said?
Yes. The Wienermobile was available.
I love wieners.
Of course, yes. It's prom night. They were all available.
Yes.
But these are prom stories that will be told forever by these kids.
Well, and then some. I mean, can you imagine, hey, we made out in the Wienermobile.
Mm-hmm.
Or other things.
Yeah, exactly. It is prom.
Yes.
We got a good 12 inches here that we can play with.
Stop bragging.
Mm-hmm.
The Wienermobile. That's fantastic. Have you ever been inside the Wienermobile?
Yes.
Have you really?
Yeah.
I never have.
You never have?
Yeah, I've seen it up close and in person. But
you didn't get in the Wiener?
I didn't get in the Wiener.
Don't we all wish we could see more Wiener?
You didn't go for a ride in the Wienermobile?
I did not. But
did you get your picture with the Wienermobile?
Probably.
Yeah.
I don't know where the hell it is, but I probably did. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Do you imagine playing at Seaman High School?
No, I can't.
Imagine they were poor broadcasters.
They'd be the Vikings the whole time. Nothing else.
The innuendo that you could come up with during that broadcast.
Yeah. Mm.
Mm-hmm.
Seaman squirts in the end zone.
What the hell? It's a family show, Pledge.
You know, if you have a family of three and you want to, if you have a family of three and you're tired of it here, there is a lovely island in Greece that will pay you $556 a month and give you a house if you'll move there.
Wow. Now, why would they be so generous?
Well, because there's a population there right now of 24, and they want to, I don't know, build up the island. I mean, it's in the Mediterranean. It looks gorgeous. When I was a seaman in the Navy and a third-class petty officer, I've been in the Mediterranean. It's gorgeous over there.
Uh-huh.
And you can get a boat and go to civilization if you want. I mean, it sounds great, except you have to take your 3 kids with you.
Well, see, that's the thing, and there's got to be nothing to do.
Well, clearly.
In this
fish
town.
all day.
Well,
you gotta fish for dinner.
So you got to hang with the kids 24/7. Damn.
I mean, you can let them run loose. Where are they going? Well, they're on an island.
Yeah, well, true.
You get one of the neighbors to watch them.
Well, that sounds like a hell of a deal, though. I mean, honestly, right? Free housing and $500 a month.
Yeah.
I mean, what the hell do you do for a job?
Well, I mean,
maybe you don't need a job
if you work remote. You know, a lot of us have our background on a Zoom meeting is the islands. It could be really yours.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, if you have one of those jobs where you could work from home and work from anywhere.
Yeah.
This sounds like a hell of an idea.
It looks like a beautiful place.
Yeah.
It really does.
It's a postcard.
Hey, I'm in. Let's go.
See, you can't do this job from there.
Why not? We have equipment for that.
I mean, You going to fly back every time we're at the Roo Pub?
I'll just put
we're at Taste of the North Side tomorrow.
Well, I'm not moving today, Minix. Okay, so
all right.
I just thought I'd check that out.
You also have to have 3 kids.
Oh, well, I got 5. Will that work?
They don't live with you.
No.
You're gonna take the 5 and then all the grandkids and move to Greece?
Thank God they don't. Yeah, I did my time.
Imagine sharing a house with your married daughters and their kids?
No, that ain't happening.
You'd be parenting everybody.
That ain't happening.
And you would lose control of the remote.
Yes, I would.
Yeah, you're not moving.
I'm not moving.
You're not moving.
No, I kind of like it here. It's a good town. It's supposed to be a happy time.
Supposed to be.
It's fiesta.
Yep. Malik Rose will join us coming up in about 20 minutes.
Sham Charania was on NBA Today. I just sent you something pledged that he said if it's any good, we might hear from Shams because sounds like he's got a little bit of an update on Victor Wembanyama. We'll talk about that and get ready for Malik Rose. Looking forward to that when we return here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
All right, step up. If you really know the Rangers, this is your game on Rangers Game Day. Make your call. In the morning huddles, Ranger Double Dinger Payday. Pick the Ranger who takes one deep. He hits one, you're in. Ranger tickets. He hits 2. Now we're talking tickets and a hotel stay. Big swings, big rewards. Wake up with the morning huddle and cash in with the morning huddle's Rangers Double Dinger Payday. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, South Texas home of the Texas Rangers.
Try the all-new energy refreshers. Strawberry acai, mango dragon fruit, or the all-new mango strawberry. The refreshers you love, now with extra caffeine. New energy refreshers only at Starbucks.
The Headline Blitz is brought to you by Novo Brewery, San Antonio's newest sports watching destination with over 80 feet of video walls, 60 craft beers, and hard kombucha on tap. A full bar and delicious menu. Novo Brewery is attached to North Star Mall and open late hours. San Antonio's playoff headquarters has arrived. Novo Brewery features 80 feet of video walls, craft beers, hard kombucha on tap, and the food menu that means business. Thick-cut ribeye, picanha prime sirloin, Brazilian empanadas, stacked burgers, carne asada fries, and more. And with its own private entrance separate from North Star Mall, no hassle, just you, your crew, and the biggest screens in the city at Novo Brewery. Open late. Visit novobrew.com. Novo Brewery. Come hungry. Stay for the game.
Attention coaches, educators, and booster clubs. Need a fundraiser that's different from the rest? With Gardenville, supporters purchase something they already need. High quality, locally sourced mulch and compost. Your organization earns money on every sale. Real products, real value, with support from Gardenville to keep it simple. Ready to grow your fundraiser? Visit garden-ville.com/fundraising. That's garden-ville.com/fundraising.
San Antonio has a drinking problem, and it's getting worse every day. More and more people are on the bottle. This is Rob Thompson for Connecticut Quality Water Systems of San Antonio in the Hill Country, and I want to help you get off the bottle. The plastic water bottle, that is. I don't blame you. Tap water has that off taste, but buying bottled water over and over is like losing in the first round every single week. You keep paying, you keep hauling it home, and the bottled water companies keep hauling your money to the bank. There's a better way out there. Right now, when you buy Connecticut water softener, you get a K5 reverse osmosis drinking station free. It's installed right in your kitchen sink. It's like having a bottled water machine at home without the bottles. Pure, clean, great tasting water. The K5 helps remove the contaminants and reduce the stuff that messes with taste and odor. Do what Dave Ramsey recommends. Do what I do. Make the wise investment. Call Connecticut today, 210-656-PURE. That's 210-656-PURE. Go get one today. I know you're going to be thanking me later.
ConnecticutSA.com.
License number 38961.
Running a business means wearing multiple hats. So if you're like me, you probably started out using your personal phone, taking client calls and texts nonstop. As my business grew, I needed something smarter. That's when I switched to Quo, the #1 business phone system. Quo works right on your phone or computer. No carrying 2 phones, no clunky landline, just one easy app you can try for free. Your team can share one number and handle calls and texts together like a shared inbox. Any teammate can jump into the conversation so customers get faster responses. And Quo's AI assistant summarizes your calls and responds to customers 24/7, so you never miss a lead or opportunity. All this starts at just $15 a month. That's basically 2 coffees. You can even keep your current business phone number. Find out why 90,000 businesses trust Quo. No missed calls, no missed customers. Try Quo for free at quo.com/sports. That's quo.com/sports to try Quo free. QUO.com/SPORTS.
Fiesta with NAW, Northwest Automotive Warehouse with party-worthy promos. Through the end of April, take $150 off the American-made Real Truck Undercover Ultraflex truck bed cover. Call or visit with promo code BLITZ to save $100 with free install. That's $999 installed on most Silverado, Ram, or F-150 5.5-foot bed Ultraflex covers. 200 in stock. No wait. Shop local with NAW. Family operated since 1978 on Culebra or online at nawtruck.com.
Since 1993, Thomas J. Henry dedicated himself to building a firm that injured clients can trust and respect. A firm backed by a track record of success and commitment to our clients. If you've been injured, trust Thomas J. Henry. San Antonio, Texas.
Check engine or ABS light on? Take the guesswork out of your warning lights with O'Reilly Veriscan. It's free. Ask for O'Reilly Veriscan.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
San Antonio is Aggie country. This is Andrew Monaco, and you're listening to the home of the Aggies, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Talking about Victor Wembanyama today, and will he play in Portland, either Game 3 or Game 4? That's the question of the day. And what's your panic level? We've got a poll up on our San Antonio Sports Star YouTube page. Go there, and you can vote on that. Right now, the slight concern is winning the day. A little panicked is second.
Mm-hmm. Sky is falling at 15%. No concern at all at 18%. Again, you can vote. Go to sasportstar.com. Click through, and the comments are there. And
I just want to know who the hell's not concerned at all. I'd like to know why.
Let's hear from you. 210-656-ESPN, 656-3776. And a newbie in the chat, who showed up a little bit late last week, Blazer Man, said he's honking on the south side. Risky. What? He said he was.
As a Blazer fan, you mean,
as a Blazer fan.
Yes.
Said he's got his Bill Walton jersey on, honking down I-10.
All right.
I mean, good. Dude, you got a game. You got a game in which the Spurs were up 14 with 8 to play, and they blew that game. That, to me, is more concerning. There was a lot to unwrap and unpack about last night's game. If you want to chime in, 210-656-ESPN, 656-3776. Obviously, the main headline is Wemby and his concussion. That fall, brutal. But without Wemby, that game started, with Wemby, the game started funky.
It was horrible.
Their first quarter was awful, yet they still led by 1 at the end of the first quarter.
Mm-hmm.
And then when Wemby got hurt, they all looked a little dazed and confused.
Sure.
But third quarter, that group settled in. Fourth quarter, they built that lead up to 14 points and then blew it. Went
almost 4 minutes without a bucket in that fourth quarter, and that's what primarily allowed Portland to get back in the game. And it still came right down to the wire. I mean, let's face it, it did. And, Portland made some plays down the stretch. The alley-oop bucket there at the end, which was kind of the game winner, if you will. And that's what happens in playoff basketball. It happens. Portland's there for a reason.
Yeah, well, and again, we've witnessed here in San Antonio as a 1 seed losing to an 8 seed. Last night, though, the way the game started, nervous? Mitch Johnson was trying to explain what the hell was going on in the first quarter.
I thought we were a little, to be honest, actually in a way not as
poised as we were in game one. I felt like the game one was as much the energy of the building and the circumstances, and I thought tonight we weren't quite as sharp to start the game. And they made some shots, but it just felt a little not on the same page, I guess, and unorganized, and we'll be better game three.
And I think he's right. And look, I don't know if it's human nature or what it is. You won that game one. The atmosphere was fantastic. Game two, I wasn't there, but it didn't look as
festive.
Festive, certainly not festive. and I'm not sure how energetic the building was. I'm sure it was, although Portland took the wind out of that place early on. Spurs made it back, and as you mentioned, had the lead after one quarter. And what concerns me, though, is the fact that the Spurs played well late third quarter and into the fourth quarter to build that 14-point lead. And then all of a sudden, I don't know if it was fatigue, Jason, or just one of those things, one of those stretches where you just don't make shots, but they just seemed discombobulated a little bit for stretches in that game.
Well, and again, you think about, all right, Wemby's out. You got guys coming off the bench that you expect stuff. The Sixth Man of the Year award will be announced tonight.
Yep.
Keldon Johnson is a finalist. And Keldon last night, 10 points off the bench, 3 of 7 shooting, 1 of 3 from three-point range. But he's won. All right, Wemby's out down the stretch, veteran player. I expect more out of you. And he talked about that lead slipping away.
I think it's all things that we can control. And I think that, we continue to going forward, we continue to try our best to correct those things and clean those things up so that we don't fall to the same circumstances again. Tilt our hat to them, and now it's time to go to Portland and go compete.
And what I love, and whether it's Keldon Johnson, Devin Vassell, or even De'Aaron Fox, for that matter, on the podium last night, none of them seem concerned. There doesn't seem to be any panic. There's no fear. The expectation that you're going to win every game is an expectation that is just too high to live up to. But you got to recover. So you're going to win games, and you're going to lose games, and it's how you recover for the next one.
Well, that's it. And, again, you think about the way this team struggled down the stretch, and Mitch Johnson talked about it, all correctable mistakes that the Spurs can overcome for Game 3.
Yeah, I think, one, you give a lot of credit to Portland, the staff and their game plan, and then their players, because obviously, to your point, they have some guys that can create some resistance and stay attached to you. And I think, there'll be some things that we can help try to get our guys some space and momentum without having to be on the ball, trying to create so much action all the time. And then it looked like there was a level of fatigue there that kicked in just in terms of the intensity of the game and some of the output in minutes that guys had to play. And that's a playoff game. That's what it's going to feel like, and I think there's a lot to learn.
And they're learning it. And this is a great learning experience for this young ball club. It really is. And I think they will get better as the playoffs roll on. Again, just some of the little things that they've got to do, especially if Wemby doesn't play. I really want to see this team get physical. De'Aaron Fox mentioned it. We got to get more physical with him. Yeah, you do. So get it done. Go get physical with these guys and bang them around a little bit, especially a Scoot Henderson, who Devin Vassell mentioned by name. And that guy went off last night.
Yeah.
He truly did. And so Drew Holiday played better last night. Denny didn't play as well, but they had other guys step up. And so it's going to be a tough series. I fully expect the Spurs to win with or without Wemby, but anybody that thought this was going to be an easy series just is not paying attention.
Yeah, well, the brooms have been put away. There will be a Game 5. Now, the status on Wemby for Game 3 is still very much in the air, although Shams on ESPN a few minutes ago said not likely for Friday.
I'm told Victor Wembanyama did report to the Spurs facility this morning, and his status is uncertain for Game 3. I am told that Victor Wembanyama is hopeful to travel with the team on Thursday to Portland, but he and the team won't know for sure until then. Right now, he's in the concussion protocol, and that means he cannot participate in unrestricted activities for at least 48 hours. So that would be Thursday night. But he could do some gradual light work starting tonight if his symptoms don't worsen. And last night, when Victor Wembanyama was evaluated, he was diagnosed with a concussion. So that timeline for that protocol started last night. He then ended up going home right after the diagnosis to then rest and recover. So the Spurs are taking this very much day by day with Wemby.
Yep.
As they should be. And look, they're going to be careful with Wemby.
Sure.
I guarantee you they're not going to rush that young man back. They're not. That's just not the Spurs way. So if he has to miss a game 3, he has to miss a game 3. And I think Spurs fans understand that. And I've seen some comments here that, look, he may have to miss some games. And if he does, you do your best without him, but make sure he's healthy when he comes back and ready to go.
And again, he hasn't played in Portland all year. He didn't play against Portland until game 1. He missed the 3 regular season games. This team can beat that Portland team without Wemby. They just can't collapse like they did with a 14-point lead with 8 minutes to play in the fourth quarter last night.
They can't do that. That's for sure. I know a guy we're about to talk to who's got some playoff experience and has worn a Spurs uniform. It was a very good Spur. Remember they used to be called the Bum Rush Crew? Off the bench. Malik Rose, former Spur, joins us next here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
If you need your logo on any kind of gear, you need any kind of promotional items, you need to go see Sam over at Sammy's Embroidery and Printing on at San Pedro. You need that logo on a nice golf shirt, a dress shirt, a fishing shirt. Sam can get you taken care of, and he's got all the big name brands, including Tommy Bahama, Eddie Bauer, North Face, Nike, Travis Matthew, Port Authority, to name a few. He has over 25,000 caps and more than 75 color combinations on display in his showroom. And he's got all the popular cap brands as well, like the Richardson 112 style trucker caps, Katie Caps, Nike Cap America. If you need T-shirts, screen printed, Sam will get you taken care of. If you need uniforms, he has over 700 uniform lines to choose from all kinds of industries. And if you're a business owner, it's not just uniforms for Sam. His sign shop does signs, banners, flags, car magnets, vehicle wraps, window decals, and so much more. Sammy's Embroidery and Printing. Nobody has better prices. He's the only company in Texas that offers one-day turnaround. No order too big, no order too small. Call 210-824-3900 or go by that massive showroom on San Pedro, 1 mile inside Loop 410 across from the McDonald's, or check the website, samsembroidery.com for Sammy's Embroidery Club.
It's the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
Coming up on the Morning Huddle, assuming no Wemby in Portland, how are the Spurs going to overcome? Cranium Watch continues, but the Cowboys are on the clock. We're under 24 hours before we get to the draft. We're looking at the Cowboys and the rest of the league. Are there going to be moves? We're talking about it. The party starts at 6.
It's the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson. Mornings 6 to 10 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
We have meaningful basketball being played in San Antonio for the first time in years, and you know the Roo Pub has proven to be the best place to go watch the games with those 3 massive 170-inch screens and TVs all around. All the games, all the fights, and when you show up at the Roo Pub, show up hungry. Open daily at 11. Great for lunch, great for dinner, great for late at night, and the best place to watch the game. Just down from the big blind, right next to the Angry Elephant. The Roo Pub, 281 in Redland Road. We'll see you at the Roo.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting truly great candidates for your roles? It seems impossible to find them, but they have to be out there somewhere, right? Well, they're not hard to find when you know where to go, and that place is ZipRecruiter. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. And because these people are actively looking for jobs just like yours, it's easy to find the right person right away. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. But if you're not using ZipRecruiter, you're missing out. So see what it's like when the impossible is easy. When you go to ZipRecruiter.com/radio right now to try ZipRecruiter for free. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio. Never miss out on great candidates with ZipRecruiter.
As a social influencer, my days can be busy. 4 a.m., I hit the gym. 4:32, protein smoothie. 5:08, save time and money bundling my home and auto insurance with Progressive. Wait, if I bundle and save time, what would I do then? Just sit here and reflect? Like, why am I qualified to influence anyone? And how those weights are hollow? And half of my followers are bots?
You could save time and money bundling your home and auto when you switch to Progressive. It's one less thing to worry about during your already busy day. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
Hey golfers, you could win a set of custom golf clubs from Flight by Yingling. Thank you to everyone who played in the sold-out 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star Spring Golf Tournament presented by Flight by Yingling. Now, imagine hitting the course with a set of custom clubs valued at $2,800 with a cold flight, 2.6 carbs, and 95 calories. Enter now at yingling.com/golf. No purchase necessary. Must be 21 or older. Flight by Yingling. Enjoy responsibly. DG Yingling & Sons, Pottsville, Pennsylvania.
Almost 90 years ago, Academy Sports and Outdoors was born right here in Texas. So we know a thing or two about a thing or two. Like beans don't belong in chili. It's called a feeder road. And how far really means how long. We've been your neighbor for generations. That's why we're adding Texas-sized deals across the store, only in Texas. If you happen to find a better price at a competitor, we'll beat it by 5%. Academy. Fun can't lose.
Join us for San Antonio's most elevated fiesta event, Taste of the Northside, presented by H-E-B, on Thursday, April 23rd at 6 p.m. at the Rocket La Cantera. Enjoy tastings from over 50 local restaurants, plus premier wine, cocktails, cold beers, and live entertainment for one all-inclusive price. All proceeds benefit Brighton Center, serving children with disabilities and developmental delays in San Antonio. Tickets can be purchased at tasteofthenorthside.org. Viva Fiesta!
Breaking news for your home. Wayday. Wayfair's big sale is almost here, and you can score the best deals in home. Like up to 80% off everything home. Yes, you heard that right. 80% off with free shipping on everything. Plus surprise flash deals all Wayday long. We're talking outdoor furniture and essentials, rugs, and more. All at Wayfair, and all up to 80% off during Wayday. Shop Wayfair's Wayday from April 25th through 27th.
Wayfair, every style, every home.
Just switch to hip fitted.
Well, the topic of conversation here in San Antonio, obviously Victor Wembanyama and the San Antonio Spurs. Their series with the Blazers all knotted up at one game apiece. This is the Blitz 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. I'm Joe Reinagel. He is Jason Minix.
And let's talk some Spurs basketball with a guy that won a couple of rings here in San Antonio in 1999 and 03. Now works for the NBA League Office. Vice President of Basketball Operations.
Big shot.
Big time. Malik Rose joining us now on the Buyers Barricades guest line. And Malik, when we were setting this up, I thought we'd be talking about a 2-0 series lead in Wemby and hitting his face on the floor.
What's going on, guys? Definitely crazy times going on right now. Good to be on with you guys. Haven't talked in a while, so thank you for having me. But, yeah, that was an exciting game 2 against Portland with the Spurs, but not what you want to see when you take a look at the big fella going down.
You know, Malik, you're a perfect guy to ask. When you go into the locker room after the game or even at halftime of last night's game and you know that your stud is out and he's not coming back, what is usually the attitude there in the locker room amongst the players?
After the game, it's probably a little bit more, mild shock just because they're processing it. You're always wondering if your teammate is all right. That's the first thing that pops in your mind, even before, is he going to come back? It was a pretty nasty fall, and, he hit his head pretty hard. So you're always worried about his well-being. But then after that, you wonder about, it's that next man up. Use the same old cliche. Everyone's like, all right, who's going to step up? How are we going to, manage this until we get our leader back? And I'm sure the Spurs are doing that from a player standpoint and a coaching standpoint.
Two-time champ Malik Rose joining us here on the Blitz on 94.1 at San Antonio Sports Star. You look at this Spurs team, far better this year than anybody thought they would be. And they do have experience playing without Wemby. But last night, he goes down. They go up 14 points with 8 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. How do you blow a 14-point lead with 8 minutes to go in the fourth quarter?
Well, I guess one of the ways is if you can lose your best player, the reigning defensive player of the year. That might have something to do with it. But as I said before, really unfortunate, man. And I agree with you. The Spurs are a young team, talented team. I think a lot of people have them ahead of schedule where they are from their timeline. But this is just another thing. I mean, you said it earlier. Like, they've been without Wemby at certain points throughout the season, so they have some experience dealing with this. Now, the playoffs are very much different from the regular season. But as I said before, there's a lot of talent on that roster. They're well coached. It's a great organization. I'm sure they'll handle this better than, many people can.
Malik, you've got a ton of playoff experience, obviously a two-time champion here in San Antonio. When you go on the road during the playoffs, and I know playing at home is great, you feed off the crowd and the energy, but what is it like going on the road and being in a hostile environment like that? Do you get a little more tight with the group and just say, hey, it's us against all of them?
Absolutely. That's really, where we got the whole rodeo road trip, mantra coming from. It's like it's us against the world. It's just us out here. Everyone in this locker room is all we can lean on. And that carries over to the playoffs. And the Spurs, have a lot of experience doing that. I used to love playing on the road, like LA or, Dallas used to always have a great arena atmosphere. And, you embrace it. It's it's just, I don't know, it's a feeling you get, and then when you get the game under control and you start to see the fans leaving earlier and they're, reaching for their keys, going to the car, it's just a great feeling. It's winning on the road.
Malik Rose here on the Blitz. Now, Malik, I know you work for the league office, so I don't want to get you in trouble, and I don't want a cliche back in my day answer, but as you can imagine, after games 1 and 2, Spurs fans bitching about the officiating in favor of Portland, letting them play physical and the whistles not going in the Spurs' favor. Now you're watching, and I know where your seat is at now, but can you describe the difference in officiating in the postseason versus the regular season?
A lot of that, from my perspective, is perception. One thing, and Pop was great with this, man. Like, this is one of the blessings I say growing up in the San Antonio system. Like, Pop used to teach us, like, it all evens out. Whether it's a good call or not, a bad call or not, it doesn't matter. Next play. That's where that whole next play mentality came in. And we were just taught that whatever happens, if you keep playing hard, you keep competing, that stuff will even out. I'm not, it's not just a San Antonio fan, so I'm not surprised that fans are belly aching about our officiating, and that just comes with the territory. But one thing I can say to basketball fans out there, this is, like, for me, I get excited, when the playoffs come around, because this is the best time to watch basketball, to evaluate players and teams in basketball, because the playoffs hold our best teams, it's our best officials. There are no back-to-backs, so everybody's, well-rested. So we get a chance to see great basketball on a night-in, night-out basis. And whether it's, like I said, good calls or bad calls, this is the best the NBA has to offer, and our fans should be excited about that.
Well, Malik, that brings up a good question, because I saw some times last night it looked like some of the Spurs were complaining a little too much about the officiating. And I'm wondering, is it easy to get off your game if you just let that get in your head while you're out there playing?
Absolutely. It's funny. So earlier in our career, we used to do it as well. When we played for, as we called them, short hair pop, not long hair pop, like way back in the day. We had our chances, yelling at the referees or whatever, when we were chasing the Lakers and chasing Utah and all those great teams in the late 90s and early 2000s. But one of the things that, we were taught that, when we just played hard and competed and we started to get away from that, complaining to the referees, we would know when the other team was about to fold by the way they not only complained about the referees, but they argued with one another. They snapped back at their coaches. So we knew if we just kept the pressure on them and kept turning it up, step by step, they were going to fold. And like I said, a clear indicator, a good indicator when they were about to fold is when they started complaining about the refs.
Malik Rose here on the Blitz on 94.1 at San Antonio Sports Star. Portland obviously stepped their physical play yesterday, and the play where Wemby got hurt, not one of those, but you kind of expected they were going to be more physical with Vic and with some of the other guys. If you're not naturally a very physical player. Can you flip that switch in the postseason?
Honestly, that's a good question. I don't know. I mean, I would say for, I guess, the people who aren't very physically inclined, they hope so. But that was one of the things, that was my wheelhouse. Like, I wasn't the most talented guy, and my role was, I can't be the least talented guy out there and not work as hard. I can't be the least talented guy and not the hardest worker. So that's how I closed the gap between me and some of the more talented guys. You have to bring the effort and the energy. And I thought, Thiago, he cut his teeth here in San Antonio as well. So he knows all about that. He was a blue collar guy, had very successful years in San Antonio. So I'm pretty sure he told those guys, hey, listen, this team is number 2 in the conference and, all these other accolades, but we got to bring it. We got to bring the fight to them. We got to play the way we've played all year. And Portland has played well. That's another team I've enjoyed watching. They've overcame some adversity earlier in the season, but they have a bunch of young kids and good mix of veterans, but they play hard and compete every night. I'm a huge fan of Drew Holiday's. Love the way he plays, and I think his style of play and the way he approaches the game has definitely rubbed off on some of their talented young guys, and they're building something pretty nice in Portland.
Malik, they are, and they're scrappy. And that's how Jason has described it. And you look at them, they never quit, and they just keep coming at you no matter what's going on. It kind of reminds me of a group that used to come off the bench here in San Antonio called the Bum Rush Crew. You remember those days, right?
Yeah, man, that's how I had to get on the floor. I tell you, Pop wasn't running any plays for me, so when I got out there, I had to make something happen. Will Perdue told me, it's like, look, Malik, when you get out there, just make something happen. 90% of the time we hope it's good, but good or bad. You go out there and get 6 quick fouls, or you go out there and get 6 quick points. Just make something happen, and that's just what I've tried to do, and a lot of the guys off the bench tried to do.
You made a career doing it. That is for sure. And I think about your career, a guy like Keldon Johnson, kind of like Manu, coming off the bench. Keldon at one time the best player on this team, and the way he has accepted his role, he could pout about it in a lot of ways, but what impresses you about Keldon Johnson, who is a finalist for the 6th Man of the Year award that will be announced tonight?
Yeah, that's pretty awesome, man. Good luck to all the finalists that are, vying for all of these end of season awards. But for Keldon, I'm just excited for him. And I'm not surprised, though, for, with Keldon or anybody that, wears a Spurs uniform. That's kind of one of the prerequisites you have to have in order to play for the Spurs. That's, they don't bring in a lot of guys who, as Pop would say, haven't gotten over themselves. Like, you really have to, be about team first. And yeah, we all have egos. We all have things we want to do. And we've all have, great college careers or careers before the Spurs. But when you get to San Antonio, it's all about the team and what can we do to make this team better and win this game. And Keldon has adopted that. He's handling himself, with aplomb and just did everything, the Spurs expected him to do. And that's why you're seeing him have the success he's having in this new role.
Malik, when you came here and put on a Spurs jersey, was the culture explained to you, or was it just something that you knew what you were getting into?
Man, that's a great question, and I think, I know for myself, and I even speak for Tim. Tim's an all-time great, and he had just that it factor inside of him. But we all of our young guys from, like I said, the late '90s, early 2000s, we benefited from having great vets. I mentioned Will Perdue earlier. I lived with Will my first 4 or 5 months with the Spurs until I could afford to go get my own place. David Robinson took us all under his wing and showed us the way. Sean Elliott, one of the best human beings on the planet, man. I just love him to death. He taught me how to drive a stick shift. It's just we had great vets that showed us how to be, adults and professionals both on the court and off. And I think that's the main reason, or I'll say one of the foundational pillars of, what it's like to play with the San Antonio Spurs and why so many people are successful playing here.
Malik Rose here on the Blitz on 94.1 at San Antonio Sports Star. It's like catching up with an old friend, and I'm looking at at some of the comments on our YouTube chat through sasportstar.com. I'm going to fire a couple quick off to answer what you want. One says, because here it used to be free coffee. Now a place is doing free breakfast tacos after a Spurs win. Somebody is suggesting maybe free Malik Philly famous cheesesteaks after a win. Somebody else said, thought you were commissioner of the G League, and what's it like guarding Shaq? Now, I know you're with the league front office now, but what do you actually do, man?
Well, I was head of basketball operations for the G for about 3 years. I've since gone back to my first role with the NBA. I'm now vice president of basketball operations. Basically, I just get to help the team. Our department just does everything from soup to nuts when it comes to basketball operations, from the scheduling, the officiating, discipline, and all of our tentpole events we put on, like draft combine is coming up, summer league, all that stuff our office handles. So it's great for me because just loving basketball, I still haven't worked a day in my life, man. I'm around the game I love, so that's great. As far as the cheesesteaks, you'll have to take that up with my cousin Bobby. He now runs everything. I don't think you're going to get any of that.
No. Hey, I know you too well, man. You ain't giving away a cheesesteak.
No, well, I would have. I don't know. It's under new management. Talk to Bobby. Find him on Philly's Famous on Facebook. He'll take care of that. But then finally, as far as what it's like guarding Shaq, it's painful, man. It's really, really painful. But I loved it in a weird way, man, because Dave and Tim, there aren't many minutes left. And, when Shaq would come to town, every now and then, he'd get one of those guys in foul trouble or whatever, and I'd just get more minutes. So even though it was painful and not something I particularly looked forward to, I enjoyed it because I got a chance to play more minutes when Shaq came to town.
Well, who was your toughest? Was it Shaq or who was the toughest player you played against?
It's funny. A lot of people do say Shaq, and this is no slight to the big fella because he's great in his own right. But I had a lot of help with Shaq. I just had I just couldn't let him get set up too close from the basket, and kept him from getting one dribble dunk. After he put it down one time, I had help, so it was a little bit easier. Tim was the hardest to guard because I guarded him every day in practice. But if it was somebody that wasn't a Spur, I'd say it was Rasheed Wallace, man, because Rasheed didn't really mess around with the ball. He's 7 feet tall. He shoots it high. So I can't bother his shot, but he would just catch it, turn, and shoot. But, if I didn't do my work early and to get attached to Sheed before he got set up in the post, it was a long night.
Malik Rose here on the Blitz on 94.1 at San Antonio Sports Star. Let's do a little story time. You mentioned trying to guard Tim in practice. Everybody knows he was the jokester on that team, although very quiet when it comes to the media. Give us a good Spurs story that you don't often tell.
There are a lot of them. Off the top of my head, you talk about guarding Tim. And see, people don't understand, this isn't like guarding Tim when you had, prime Tony Parker, prime Manu. This is back when Pop only knew 2 plays. He knew 5 up for David or 4 down for Tim. He called Tim's number all the time. And, Tim's trying to cut his teeth in the league and show he belongs and all that other stuff. So, yeah, I caught, some bad days in practice guarding him every now and then. But, I learned from those guys. And, being able to play against those 2 guys in practice every day made it easier when it, came time to go up against Rasheed Wallace, Kevin Garnett, Dirk Nowitzki. So, in a weird way, I'm thankful for it.
Malik, what's interesting about that, and I know you got your swanky job up there with the NBA, but, we saw those guys in the stands game 1, and then they were back game 2. Timmy and David and Manu was there. Fabricio Alberto was there last night. Iceman.
Yeah.
What is it about this city that guys just don't want to leave?
I don't know, man. It's a great town, and you're talking about, a kid from Philadelphia came from the city of city. It's like when I first got there, I was like, no, I'm not getting a cowboy hat and cowboy boots, and I still don't have any of those things, but I definitely have the South Texas, the cowboy, spirit at heart. And San Antonio grows on you. It's a great town. It's a lot of friendly people. The weather is great. The dollar goes farther than most places in the country, and I don't know. It's like you feed a puppy. They never leave, man. San Antonio, you like that. A lot of guys just don't leave, and my family's still there. Like, I still have a foothold there. I have a house there and all that, but all my brothers are there. My sister is there. I got a bunch of cousins that they all moved down like in the early 2000s and never went back to Philadelphia.
Yeah, well, and I guess at the league office, you're now living in New York, I assume, right?
Well, no, they don't pay me enough to live in New York, so I'm living in North Jersey. But it's right across the bridge, man. I really enjoy it. Like, I do like being up here. You know, I get my taste of the snow and stuff, and you know, the Northeast corridor. I like riding the trains between Boston and Philly, and so I get that whole Northeast lifestyle. But, you know, I'm fortunate where I can go back and forth because San Antonio, as you said, is a special place, and I'm always going to have a shady spot for it in my heart.
Well, as a VP of basketball operations, I imagine you can get a pretty good seat inside the Frostbank Center for one of these playoff games because for the first time in 7 years, we have playoff basketball again in San Antonio. So hopefully you get to town pretty soon for work. You could write it off or put it on the on the NBA credit card.
We got a good seat for you right here in the studio. The next time you're in San Antonio, Malik, you got to come see us.
Man, you gotta, as long as if you can find my old, microphone and headset, I'll do it. I'll come back down there and hang with you guys.
Yeah, you got it, man. That's it. You just bring the cheesesteaks, man, and we'll be good to go.
Anytime.
you
Malik,
got it, man.
Great catching up, my friend. Good talking to you.
Thanks again, guys. All the best.
Appreciate it. Malik Rose here on the Buyers Barricades guest line, where they provide traffic control, rental, and sales for San Antonio and beyond online, buyersbarricades.com.
You know, I just love talking to former Spurs like Malik Rose, Sean Elliott. When you talk to these guys and you just relive the memories of those days, I tell you, and it just brings back a lot of good stuff. It's great catching up with Malik Rose.
Sean, Antonio Daniels.
Oh, all those guys. Are you kidding me? Yeah.
I talked to Will Perdue last year at the San Antonio Sports Hall of Fame event, and
biggest foot in the world.
Oh my goodness! Although, and you learn a little. All these years, I don't know that I knew that he lived with Will Perdue for a while when he first got here.
I didn't know that either. How about that? Yeah.
Of course, Will's house was so big they probably never even saw each other.
They probably did not. Malik Rose, he's just a great guy. Mm-hmm. It was a pleasure working, covering that team, those teams that he was on, for sure. Well, coming up next, we're going to get an education on concussion protocol. Can't wait for that. We'll see what the Dr. Alexis Mela will tell us about concussions. That's kind of her specialty at TSAOG. And we'll visit with her when we continue here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
This Saturday afternoon, the San Antonio Gunslingers have a home game against Northern Arizona. Get your tickets, sanantoniogunslingers.com. 4 o'clock inside Freeman Coliseum. Indoor football action here in the Alamo City. It is high scoring. It is a lot of fun. Incredible catches. High-level athletes delivering the big hits. And again, you see so much. I saw the other day, good friend Randy Carroll was sitting in his courtside seat or standing there. One of the players came over the wall and took Randy out. He was a part of the action. Might not have wanted to be, but he was, because that's the thrill of it. Now, you get players that go back on the field, but if you catch a football, you get to keep it. It is so much fun for the entire family and entertaining. It's a little hockey, little NASCAR, and a lot of football. And I love football. You love football, so go check out the San Antonio Gunslingers. Tickets are on sale for Saturday's game, or you can get the rest of the season. Go to sanantoniogunslingers.com and support your hometown gunslingers in the IFL. Again, Saturday, 4 o'clock kickoff as they take on the Northern Arizona Wranglers. Pack out Freeman Coliseum and make some noise. sanantoniogunslingers.com. That's sanantoniogunslingers.com.
This is The Blitz with Jason and Joe. Afternoons 2 to 6. KTFM Floresville. And everywhere at sasportstar.com.
Buyers Barricades is proud to provide traffic control, rental, and sales for work zones and events in the San Antonio area and beyond. Buyers Barricades, the Texas authority in barricade rental. Learn more online at buyersbarricades.com. That's buyersbarricades.com.
Breaking news for your home. Wayday. Wayfair's big sale is almost here, and you can score the best deals in home. Like up to 80% off everything home. Yes, you heard that right. 80% off with free shipping on everything. plus surprise flash deals all Way Day long. We're talking outdoor furniture and essentials, rugs, and more. All at Wayfair, and all up to 80% off during Way Day. Shop Wayfair's Way Day from April 25th through 27th.
Wayfair, every style, every home.
Save $10 on a pair of Bosch Focus wiper blades. Our professional parts people will even install them for free at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
My perfect day has sand, salt water, and friends. But my moderate to severe plaque psoriasis can take me out of the moment. Now I'm all in with clearer skin thanks to Skyrizi. Risankizumab Riza, a prescription-only 150 milligram injection for adults who are candidates for systemic or phototherapy. With Skyrizi, most people saw 90% clearer skin, and many were even 100% plaque-free at 4 months. Skyrizi is just 4 doses a year after 2 starter doses.
Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions, increased infections, or lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor about any flu-like symptoms or vaccines.
Thanks to Skyrizi, there's nothing on my skin, and that means everything. Ask your doctor about Skyrizi, the #1 dermatologist-prescribed biologic in psoriasis. Visit Skyrizi.com or call 1-866-SKYRIZI to learn more.
Running a business means wearing multiple hats. So if you're like me, you probably started out using your personal phone, taking client calls and texts nonstop. As my business grew, I needed something smarter. That's when I switched to Quo, the #1 business phone system. Quo works right on your phone or computer. No carrying 2 phones, no clunky landline, just one easy app you can try for free. Your team can share one number and handle calls and texts together like a shared inbox. Any teammate can jump into the conversation so customers get faster responses. And Quo's AI assistant summarizes your calls and responds to customers 24/7, so you never miss a lead or opportunity. All this starts at just $15 a month. That's basically 2 coffees. You can even keep your current business phone number. Find out why 90,000 businesses trust Quo. No missed calls, no missed customers. Try Quo for free at quo.com/sports. That's quo.com/sports to try Quo free. QUO.com/SPORTS.
San Antonio's Sports Center.
Well, the Spurs, they have a series. They lost to Portland last night, 106-103, but they lost more than the game. Victor Wembanyama, of course, hit his face on the floor in the first half, did not return. He has entered concussion protocol. His status for Game 3 up in the air. By the way, Game 3 is in Portland on Friday night. Tip-off set for 9:30. The Dallas Cowboys made news today in their pre-draft press conference. Stephen Jones says no extension for George Pickens. He'll play under the tag.
Joe Reinagel.
That's the 3rd time in 7 seasons the San Antonio Spurs are the NBA champions.
Jason Minix.
They go back to big day as Super Bowl champions. Dallas 52, Buffalo 17.
It's the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
On a hump day.
Well, that was
hump day. Hump day. Hope everybody's having a great hump day out there. We certainly are. We appreciate you stopping by here. Joining us on the Blitz, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. I'm Joe Reinagel. He is Jason Minix.
Although today's been dampened by what happened last night at the Frost Bank Center. Not only did the Spurs lose to Portland, blowing a 14-point lead with 8 minutes to play, they also lost Vic. Hit his face on the floor, falling.
Ouch.
And honestly, you think about that play, he makes a pass at the last moment. So sacrificing his face instead of bracing for the fall, and looked like he was out on the court. All of us were playing armchair doctor last night trying to diagnose concussion, broken jaw, broken teeth, what all was going on, because it looked like he went night-night there for a few seconds right there on the floor. Now, none of us are doctors, but we reached out to one. Dr. Alexis Mela joining us now on the Buyers Barricades guest line. She treats concussions over at TSAOG Orthopedics and Spine. And, Doc, I'm sure you've seen the video. Lots of Twitter doctors saying that, when you land on your face like that, that's actually worse. Kind of walk us through what you saw with Vic face planting last night.
Yeah, well, it certainly wasn't a pretty sight to see, and it did seem like he hit his head, not once, but from the angle I saw, it seemed like he had a second hit kind of right after that initial one. So with concussions, it's pretty much a hit to the head, and you can still hit your head without sustaining a concussion. Symptoms typically have come right after. So really evaluating him in that locker room is kind of what's going to be telling for us.
Doc, well, tell us what you're looking for when you are looking at somebody that's had a bump on the head or a bump on the face like Wemby had last night to determine that it is a concussion. What are you looking for?
Yeah, so one of the first things I look for is he able to get up and walk? Is he a little bit dazed? What's going on immediately? And then once he's able to gather himself and take some time to collect themselves, that's when I start asking about different symptoms, like are you having a headache? Are you having blurry vision, nausea, dizziness, or sometimes patients will just say that they're just not feeling right.
Now, Dr. Mayala, I don't know what the NBA baseline testing is. We know in the NFL, every player has a baseline test and they go off of that. In the NFL's protocol is many more days than that in the NBA, where he could return within 48 hours from last night. So he could play, although doubtful, on Friday in Game 3. But also, when we watch a football player, they get up and they're a little bit wobbly, and they aren't all there. Wemby, after he gathered himself, was able to get up and run off the court. I thought that was a pretty good sign. Did you kind of see it the same way? Or does that matter at all?
I did see that. Yeah, I did see that. It did look promising, but really, it's going to be this next day that's going to give us a lot of insight. I believe the NBA is the same, where you have to have you can't return to a game for 48 hours, and so what they'll likely do is they'll see how he's feeling today. If he's still pretty symptomatic, they likely won't progress him to return to play just yet until he's feeling a little bit better.
Well, let me ask you this question, because obviously the Spurs have to travel to Portland. If somebody is suffering from a concussion and having symptoms, is it okay to get on an airplane and fly?
It usually is. It's usually not a whole big deal to go up and fly. Usually we just have you with anything that these athletes, when they sustain a concussion, do. We have you just, as long as you're not getting worse, as long as symptoms aren't being exacerbated with anything that you do, it should be fine.
How do you treat concussions? How do you treat a concussion?
Yeah, so a lot of the times it's just symptomatic treatment, and so managing, if you're having nausea symptoms, we treat that. If you're having headaches, we treat that individually, and just letting athletes know, hey, this is the expectation, this is the expected timeline, just giving them a heads up of what all that looks like. It may take a few days, may take a few weeks for your body to heal, but we're pretty much just supporting the body in doing so.
Doc, let me ask you a question. In your experience from the concussions that you've treated, not specific to Victor Wembanyama necessarily, but being able to return and play in a sport as physical as basketball, especially in the playoffs, do you normally recover after just a couple, 2 or 3 days?
It's very dependent on each individual player. With very mild concussions, most of the time you're back within a few days to a week. For the more severe ones, it can take a few weeks or even longer to be returned to play.
Is it different because in basketball you're generally not having head-to-head contact and you don't often bounce your head off the floor like Wemby did twice last night, where in football you're going to get hit in the head? Is that why the protocols, like a basketball player's return to play, would be different than a football player's?
It may be that, but really it's with whether it's NBA, NFL, high school sports, club sports, each organization tends to have a little bit of a different protocol, so it's all based on protocols made at that time. But most of the time, you want your athletes to rest a little bit, and then once they're no longer symptomatic, then we gradually return to play with a stepwise increasing their activity levels day by day and seeing how they do with that.
Wow. Well, it's going to be interesting to see. I don't know if you made any of us feel better or not, but
is it one of the things that I've seen on Twitter, which I know is a dangerous place to gather information, which is why we ask an expert like you, Dr. Mayala. The fact that he hit his face, that part of his face versus, say, the top of his head, does that matter at all when it comes to a concussion where you hit your head?
Not so much. I mean, I've had athletes hit in both places, and some have had concussions, others haven't. Really, it's no matter where you hit your head, you can sustain a concussion. It's really all going to depend on how discussions went in that locker room and really how he's feeling today.
Doc, let me ask you a question then. Define a concussion. What happens?
Yeah, so a concussion is basically an injury to the brain, kind of like a bruise, and so it's where you sustain some kind of trauma, and that causes physical symptoms.
When you think about, we've seen people get knocked out and not have a concussion. It appears that for a couple seconds, Wemby was out cold. Does that factor in at all, or is it just like you just said? It's you've got these symptoms, you're in the protocol.
Yep. It's pretty much you have these symptoms, you're in the protocol. Some patients who sustain concussions will black out for a little bit, for a brief moment of time. Others won't. So the fact that he looked a little bit dazed and just kind of was out of it for a little bit makes me think that this is more of a true concussion. But again, it's very variable.
Are you surprised there's no reported broken teeth or a broken jaw with that?
Yeah, I mean he did hit his head pretty hard, but luckily I'm glad to hear that there's no broken teeth or anything like that.
Boy, absolutely.
Appreciate the knowledge and insight, Dr. Alexis Mela, concussion expert. And I know if it were an ankle, if it were a wrist, you see that and you go, all right, yeah, that's 4 to 6 weeks. With a no-see-um injury, you have no idea, and that's kind of what this is, isn't it?
That's exactly right. Yep, it could be a week long, could be 3 to 4 weeks long. It's very variable.
It could be he'll be good to go on Sunday for Game 4, right?
It could potentially, yeah. I mean, sometimes you do sustain, very mild symptoms, and he could be feeling better today, and they progress him, and there you go. So hopefully that's the case.
All right. Well, we'll see.
Appreciate you, Doc. Thank you for jumping on with us on short notice.
No problem. Thank you, guys.
Thank you. Dr. Alexis Mela from TSAOG Orthopedics and Spine. She treats concussions over there at TSAOG, and she joins us on the Buyers Barricades guest line.
So if you bump your head, that's who you're going to go see.
Yep.
That's right. She'll take care of you.
That's it.
It's going to be interesting. Everything that she said, Jason, just my gut tells me Vic's not going to play in Game 3.
Not Game 3, maybe Game 4. Honestly, I'd be surprised if he actually went to Portland. Be ready for Game 5 back here in San Antonio and hope at the very least the Spurs go up there and get a split as opposed to coming back with at that point 3 straight losses and facing elimination.
No. We're not going to go there. Not going to go there. He's doing fine. He's fine. Rub some dirt on it, Wemby. Get back in there.
Uh-huh. Here's some Advil. Go play.
Well, the one good thing she said, that the air travel. And I was concerned about that. So if that's not a problem, he can travel with the team and be there and see how he progresses. If he doesn't play on Friday night, you see how he progresses and hopefully be available for Sunday.
The reality, how does he feel today? How does he feel tomorrow morning? And the one thing about Wemby that I think we all know, as competitive as that dude is, I don't think he's going to lie to the doctors to get on that airplane to try to get on that floor.
Yeah.
And they know him so well that even if he did not be 100% honest, that they would be able to see it in his actions and his attitude. Because let's face it, when you've got a splitting headache or you're a little bit nausea, you can't hide that.
No.
You can't.
No, not at all. And I would imagine that young man has a little bit of a headache. The problem is, as been described with the protocol, he can't even do anything until tomorrow night.
What does he need to do?
Well, I'm just saying.
It's, go through, run through, a walk through, practice.
I'm just saying, how are they going to – they're not even going to know until Friday morning.
Well, they could put them through whatever tests. I mean, give them the sleep mask. Don't worry about bright lights. Get the headache to go away and go. It's not like I'm worried about them not practicing with the team because, again, if you don't practice, you don't play. Those rules are out the window.
Oh, of course. When it comes to a guy like that, that's for sure. We'll see. I'm not optimistic about Game 3. Hopefully I'm wrong, and he'll be out there on Friday night in what has turned out to be a pretty big ball game, Game 3 with the series tied at 1 game apiece. A lot more Wemby talk, and we invite you to chime in at any point in time. If you want to go to sasportstar.com, you can get on our YouTube page there. You can comment there. You can give us a call, 656-3776, 656-ESPN. But let's talk a little Cowboys football. The Cowboys had a pre-draft press conference today, and Steven, not Jerry, Steven, dropped a little bit of a bombshell today. We'll let you hear from Stephen Jones and maybe some Jera as well when we return here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Injuries do happen, and when they do, you can skip the ER and get to the Ortho Now Injury Clinic by TSAOG Orthopedics and Spine. You just heard us talking with Dr. Mayala from TSAOG Orthopedics and Spine because they're great at what they do. Now, the Ortho Now Injury Clinic, that provides walk-in care for injuries like your broken bones, dislocations, sprains, and strains. It's conveniently located over there in the Corey area. Extended hours Monday through Saturday. They have on-site x-ray casting and bracing. In fact, Ortho Now has everything you need to treat your injury, but best of all, no urgent care or emergency room copay. So if you're injured, get to the Ortho Now Injury Clinic. Learn more online at tsaog.com. That's tsaog.com.
Hey golfers, you could win a set of custom golf clubs from Flight by Yingling. Thank you to everyone who played in the sold-out 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star Spring Golf Tournament presented by Flight by Yingling. Now, imagine hitting the course with a set of custom clubs valued at $2,800 with a cold flight, 2.6 carbs and 95 calories. Enter now at yingling.com/golf. No purchase necessary. Must be 21 or older. Flight by Yingling. Enjoy responsibly. DG Yingling & Sons, Pottsville, Pennsylvania.
Texting enrolls you in a recurring automated marketing text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
The team's looking good this season.
I think so. Man, I miss playing football. Ever since I turned 40, I just can't find that fire I used to have.
Think it could be lower testosterone?
What do you mean?
I was feeling the same way. After 40, the body has less testosterone, and men lose their edge. That's why I take Nugenix Total T2.
That's the testosterone booster, right?
Yes, but Total T2 is their brand new formula that skyrockets nitric oxide levels in as little as 3 hours. Since I started taking it, I've been lifting like when we played for Coach Carter. My energy is way up, and it even spiced up things between me and the missus.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles?
Yep, just send a text.
Text SPARK to 215-215 for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T2, the next generation testosterone booster. Text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo X, our newest, most powerful fat burner ever, absolutely free. Text SPARK to 215-215. That's SPARK to 215-215.
These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Hey, John, why so glum?
I just got let go. The company's downsizing. This is the third time in the last 2 years. I'm done with this.
Have you thought about My Computer Career? I've heard they can train you for a career in IT in just a few months, including cybersecurity and the basics of AI. And you don't need prior training or experience. Now that's a recession-resistant career.
Wow, thanks. I'll check them out.
Go to mycomputercareer.edu and take the free career evaluation. mycomputercareer.edu, an Elite CompTIA certification partner. Financial aid is available to those who qualify, including VA benefits.
Join us for San Antonio's most elevated fiesta event, Taste of the Northside, presented by HEB, on Thursday, April 23rd at 6 p.m. at the Rocket La Cantera. Enjoy tastings from over 50 local restaurants, plus premier wine, cocktails, cold beers, and live entertainment for one all-inclusive price. All proceeds benefit Brighton Center, serving children with disabilities and developmental delays in San Antonio. Tickets can be purchased at tasteofthenorthside.org. Viva Fiesta!
Ryan Reynolds here from Mint Mobile. I don't know if you knew this, but anyone can get the same premium wireless for $15 a month plan that I've been enjoying. It's not just for celebrities, so do like I did and have one of your assistants switch you to Mint Mobile today.
Visit mintmobile.com/radio.
Upfront payment of $45 for 3-month plan, equivalent to $15 per month required. Intro rate first 3 months only, then full price plan options available. Taxes and fees extra. See full terms at mintmobile.com.
It's the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
Coming up on the Morning Huddle, assuming no Wemby in Portland, how are the Spurs going to overcome? Cranium Watch continues, but the Cowboys are on the clock. We're under 24 hours
Before we get to the draft, we're looking at the Cowboys and the rest of the league. Are there going to be moves? We're talking about it. The party starts at 6.
It's the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson. Morning 6 to 10 on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star. It's the Blitz with Jason and Joe on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
Wow. I don't think I've ever seen him move that fast. Holy cow. I didn't know he had it in him. If y'all didn't see that, and you
Nobody
know what
did.
we're talking about, it's
Yeah.
James Pledger just kind of ran into the glass box of fun in a hurry, right when the segment was beginning.
You had about 2 seconds. Imagine the boat pulling away from the dock, and you jump and you make it just in time. That was James Pledger there. We're not leaving without him.
No, well, I don't know that we can. He kind of drives this boat.
Not kind of. You would have been hearing music, and we would have been sitting here waiting for the music to run out.
That's exactly right. But, man, there were doors slamming and running in and stuff flying all over the place. Well done, Pledge.
No exaggeration there at all.
None whatsoever.
None.
I mean, and even if I am, what the hell? That's the picture I want to paint.
All right, Picasso. What is your panic level with the Wemby concussion? And the series now tied 1-1 after the boys blew a 14-point lead with 8 minutes to play. On our YouTube page, which you can get to through sasportstar.com, what's your panic level is the poll question. No concern at all, 0, 20%. 1 to 3, very slight concern, 35%. A little panicked, 30%. Or Chicken Little, the sky is falling, 15%.
Now, look, I understand the two middle ones. Very slight concern and a little panic. That's kind of where I would be in one of those two. The no concerns at all. The 20%. I'd like to know why there's no concern at all. I'm curious. And the sky is falling. Well, no, it's really not.
I mean, they could come back to San Antonio for Game 5 facing elimination.
They could.
And you saw a team blow a 14-point lead. But you could also say, I saw a team without Wemby build a 14-point lead. And what is their record without him this year? Like 12-6?
It's pretty good.
All right?
Yeah, it's pretty good.
They know how to play without Wemby. But without him, they are a much more evenly matched team with Portland than I think a lot of Spurs fans want to admit to.
Well, and I think what you saw last night after Wemby went out, and even when Wemby was in there, I thought Portland played a much more aggressive game. They tried to get to the bucket, even with Wemby in the paint, but they were physical. And you can expect a lot more of that. Now, maybe it works, maybe it doesn't, because I don't know what officiating crew will be there, and they're all different in the playoffs.
Yep.
But the Spurs have got to push, they got to give back. And they can't just sit there and get bullied, for 4 quarters without doing a little bullying on their own. They've got to play a little more physical, and it's going to be interesting to see if they're able to do that.
More on Wemby and the Spurs as we continue throughout the day here on the Blitz. It goes kind of weaving in and out because we are 26 hours, 38 minutes, and 52 seconds away from the start of the NFL draft.
Boy, you're good with that clock. It's amazing.
That Wemby math. The Dallas Cowboys had their pre-draft press conference today, which were going on throughout the league. None quite like the Dallas Cowboys because, well, it's the Cowboys. And, hell, Bill Clinton showed up today. Jerry almost took a Wemby-like fall trying to go greet the president. But the big news, I would say, was made by one Stephen Jones.
Yeah, I think we've made a decision that we're going to have George play under the franchise tag, which won't be a first for us. So there won't be negotiations on a long-term deal. But that's certainly not a first for this organization and certainly won't be a first in the league in terms of, this decision as we move forward. But whether it's Dak Prescott, who played under one and got tagged a second time, whether it's D-Law, whether it's Tony Pollard, we've certainly had those situations. We're so fired up to have George on this football team, and obviously he's been here for a year. We gave up a third-round pick for him, and certainly he's made tremendous progress in the year that he's been here. I think he'd be the first to tell you that this is a great situation for him playing with CD and Dak and Coach Schottenheimer's offense. I think he loves Coach Schottenheimer and what he brings to the table, but certainly a conscious decision that we've made.
Certainly it is. Yes.
Now,
certainly.
Again, you listen to what Steven said. They have made the decision. They're not even going to negotiate.
No.
Now, you could hear that and think that's a negotiating tactic. I mean, the plan was we'd like to get a long-term deal. I think I heard him say that before. But we'll play on the tag. You got till July 15th to work it out. Then, well, okay, wait a minute. Hang on. Now, we've made the decision. So Steven, why did you guys decide that was the decision?
You know, there's a lot of things that go into that clearance. Went into whether it's a Tony Pollard, whether it's a DeMarcus Lawrence. I mean, let's start with the fact it's not easy, having two receivers. Being paid top of the market. I mean, that's obviously a stretch, especially when you have other great players on your team. A quarterback that's been here, being the highest paid player in this league for many years now. Certainly, that's part of it. The other thing is the newness of George being here. And I think George has just done an amazing job. I mean, he's exceeded all expectations. I think anybody, or we wouldn't have gotten him for a third-round pick. So that's a plus. And, a lot of these things, they make their way toward a long-term deal. But that's the biggest part of it. Between the business and the newness of it, I think that's a big part of it.
That was about as telling as anything right there, the newness of it. So what does that tell you? They're unsure of George Pickens.
We like him. We don't love him. We still want a date. I ain't ready to give you a ring, but I did give up a third-round pick for you.
Yeah.
Have you told George and Mulligetta of your decision?
Yes, he's aware, and so is Mulligetta.
What was their reaction?
I don't think that's productive to get into details of what the conference. If they want to tell you, they can tell you. You can ask them.
Assurance it'll be here for the offseason.
No assurances. I mean, just like there's no assurances on other players.
He ain't showing up.
Well, it sounds like those conversations didn't go all that well, I would say. And I'm sure they wouldn't. I mean, Pickens doesn't want to play on the tag. Mulligetta doesn't want him to play on the tag. They want long-term security, and every player does, and I don't blame them. Although $28 million is a hell of a lot of money, and long-term security, that probably provides that because all of that is guaranteed. Having said all of that, he's a young man. He'll get his money eventually, I would assume, whether it's with the Cowboys or somebody else. Still opens the door for a possible trade with the draft or maybe after the draft. It certainly does. And then Pickens, I think they want to see what happens. Is he going to show up for anything? Todd Archer had something, and I didn't realize this. Todd Archer tweeted out that George Pickens could conceivably sit out until week 10.
Yep.
And still have the year if he comes back then.
Yeah, well, and we saw that with Dwayne Brown with the Houston Texans one year, sat out and held out, and you can stay out till week 10 and get credit for the year. But he's also going to lose about $1.5 million over those 10 weeks. Most guys aren't willing to give up that money. By what everything Steven said today, that conversation was a couple of birds up to the Cowboys from George Pickens, and I'll see you week 1 when I start getting paid. I'd be shocked if we actually saw with our eyes in Oxnard, California, George Pickens.
Well, it will be interesting to see what happens there. Because just going back to the newness of George Pickens, to me, that told me a lot. They're unsure of this guy.
It is.
I mean, it sounds like it to me. They're unsure. They want to see how he progresses. He had a good year, and he was a good citizen last year.
He was, and I know Brian Schottenheimer really would like for him to be in the offseason program, but Schotty, well, he gave a long answer that says not a whole lot.
I will. I have not, yeah. There's as we're starting, obviously, on Monday, but had great conversation with George, and again, I look forward to him kicking ass this year.
I think you might share with him what you shared with me on his workouts. He's been working out.
Yeah, throwing with Dak. He loves it here, and you guys get a chance to talk to him, obviously. But I think we're thrilled with what he did. We're looking forward to another great year. What was really cool for me in our conversation with him was him talking about taking the next step as a leader. And the influence that he has on this locker room is very powerful because he loves playing football so much, and that's what we love about George. And so, but I will reach out and talk to him. But again, it's all voluntary, and guys will be in and out for different reasons.
Interesting. He wants to be a better leader.
Well, and you like to hear that. And,
sure.
Schotty's going to ask him, do you want to come to work? I know it's voluntary, but it sure would be lovely to see you out here because, players get angry when they get tagged. See, they all want to feel loved. And what Stephen Jones said today was, we like you, we don't love you. And that's the nasty business side of the NFL. Sure, he's getting $27 million on the tag. We would all love to go work 1 year for $27 million.
Yeah.
But when the team is telling you we don't value you enough to give you that contract, you take that personally. As Brian Schottenheimer said, with some guys that could affect your mindset.
I don't worry about that. I mean,
Liar.
Like Steven said, there's different scenarios that these guys play under. They love the football game, the game of football. George is no different. We're thrilled that George is here, and we expect him to have another great year. And he's a huge part of the success that we had last year, and that's not going to change.
I love that. I mean, there's some supreme ass kissing there too. I mean, there really is, and I know that's part of the deal. But we love George. We love him. We love to have him here, and that's all good. Look, there is some voluntary OTAs, but there will be a mandatory one. And that's going to be the one where does he show up for that? And then obviously training camp after that.
He is not required to show up for the mandatory under the tag.
I get that, but as a member of a guy that wants to be a leader, yes, he should show up for that.
Yeah. So. I don't know, Stephen, and the last time he and Jerry talked to George Pickens.
Me personally, it's been a minute. Now, Jerry and Schotty had a meeting with him as of late.
It was good. The thing that George knows about Jerry and myself is we're very upfront and we're honest. We had great conversation. We informed him. We think that that's important because that's the way we handle all of our players and coaches. We're upfront and we're honest.
And then Jerry and I had a call with David last week.
Mm-hmm.
Jerry and I.
Well, how'd that go, Stephen?
Wow.
No, it went real well. Super cordial. Obviously, he can speak to it as well in terms of what his view of it was, but it was very cordial, and we call went on for 5-10 minutes, and it was very productive, I thought.
Okay. Jerry talking to Mulligetta. I mean, I would have liked to have been a fly on the wall of that conversation.
I mean, did they have to introduce each other? It is, again, you traded a third-round pick, and right now you've got 1 year and you've tagged them for 2, and you talk about newness. Part of me, and the fact that they're having conversations, and is the conversations, is this a tactic through the media for Stephen Jones? He's playing bad guy and Schottenheimer's playing good cop, right? But we know, or we assume, that George Pickens is trying to get high-end wide receiver 1 money. Well, Cowboys don't want to do that, so we're not even going to negotiate. There's no point of having a conversation at that level because we ain't paying it, right? Well, or is this George, like if you heard any of the Brandon Aubrey stuff, he directed his agent to go get this deal done, and it did. Mulligetta works for George Pickens. Is the word salad that you heard today from Stephen, very stern, a negotiating ploy for Mulligetta to say, all right, what can we talk about? What neighborhood are we looking at? Elite wide receiver 2 money? Can he be the highest paid wide receiver 2 as opposed to being north of what CeeDee Lamb is making? Because, again, the Cowboys gave up a third-round pick. They had a great year with this guy, but you don't want to discuss. You've made the decision. We're not even going to negotiate because of newness. If he would have said this last year, I would buy that hook, line, and sinker. But after the year that George Pickens had, you're going to tell me newness is one of the reasons you won't even negotiate with the guy? I call BS on that.
I don't see any problem with it at all. I mean, he is new. He came with a reputation. He had one good year, and now all of a sudden he's a changed man. I mean, who knows? Obviously, the Cowboys are making a decision. And think about it, Jason. Just think about it. You've got a $60 million a year quarterback.
Yep.
You've got a $34 million a year wide receiver already. And then you want to have another $30 million wide receiver per year to add to that. Who else gets signed? I mean, what are you going to do? Well, you've got everything on the offensive side. Your defense sucks. You've got to go there and work out some things, which the Cowboys have. And I just don't know if George Pickens is in the long-term view of this Cowboys football team.
The Cowboys' best players, they're very top-heavy. They need a lot of depth. They have to have a successful draft. But it's the Dallas Cowboys. You never know what's going to happen. Hell, they're having a press conference today, and President Clinton shows up.
Joe Hoyt, Dallas Morning News. Jerry, you guys have been known as a draft and develop franchise. Over the last 3 years, you've got 3 different defensive schemes.
Here's President Clinton coming through the door out here. He's coming up here to say hello to us. But go through your question again here.
Literally. Yeah, well, on that note.
Repeat the question. Let's hurry it up.
Yeah, we've been known as a draft and develop franchise.
Keep the president away.
3 different defensive schemes over the last 3 years, though. And you've traded guys you drafted and developed like Mike and Osa. Long question short, how has your draft and develop philosophy maybe evolved over the last years, and how does that translate to something like this year?
I think you're influenced by, I am. Look at this right here. Come in this house. Yes, sir, Mr. President. I'm negotiating a draft. All right.
There you go. Go ahead.
I hope all of you at some point today go find that video when Jerry gets up and damn near falls. His balance was incredible. We almost lost Jerry today.
I was more interested in Bill Clinton looking like a zombie walking in the building. I mean, that dude looked like he had somebody mentioned it, like gotten out of a casket, but I mean, he doesn't look good.
And he doesn't sound good. And when Jerry almost fell at his feet, literally, there was zero reaction from Bill Clinton. He is no longer a draftable player. His reaction was none. Like, dude almost fell in front of you, and your reaction, you just stared ahead.
Yeah, he just,
Everybody else,
and then Jerry had to explain to him what was going on.
Yeah, these are media. You know what the media does.
Exactly.
Very bizarre. Because I'm sure Bill Clinton's had a press conference, or 40,000 of them.
I would assume so. I'm sure we've seen many of those.
Jerry said all those people sitting there, he's talking about, the Clarence Hills and the Calvin Watkins and Joe Hoyt and Jane Slater and Nick Wright. All of them could have been doctors and lawyers, but they chose to work in sport.
They did.
Yeah.
And
Bill
they do
Clinton
a great job.
Looked,
where am I?
It was bizarre, but it's the Dallas Cowboys.
Well, that is weird. But look, they're friends, right? They're both from Arkansas and friendly. So I guess Bill's in town and wanted to come see his old buddy Jarrah.
When the ducks quack, feed them.
Make news any way you can, Jerry.
That's how you got to do it.
You still need to find some defensive help tomorrow night.
Well, you certainly do, Jerry. Absolutely you do. So I can't wait for the draft tomorrow night. It's going to be a lot of fun. First round is tomorrow night, and can't wait to see what happens. I'm expecting a few fireworks, not necessarily from the Cowboys, although I wouldn't mind seeing that, but I think there will be some in some form or fashion from some teams out there wanting to get better. We will see what happens. We'll talk a little more draft as we continue here on the Blitz, but obviously the big news today is the Spurs tied the series, or Portland did, 1-1 with their win last night. Now the series shifts to Portland. Will Wemby be with the team Friday night in Portland when they play Game 3? We're talking about it. We continue here on the Blitz. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Let me talk to you about my Kinetico Quality Water Softener. Love this thing. Absolutely love this thing. And I tell you what, it's you know this if you listen to this show. I was skeptical. I didn't think this could be any better than anything else I've ever had. But as soon as they put it in, as soon as we started using it, I knew the difference right away. It is a fantastic product. There is no question about that. Everything is better with the Kinetico when it comes to your house. And, you're protecting your house all at the same time, all the appliances that you use on a daily basis. One of the best things that comes with this thing, and the fine folks at Kinetico are giving away a reverse osmosis drinking station. When you buy a Kinetico quality water softener, they'll give you this for free, and they'll install it right there at your kitchen sink. And what does that mean for you? No more dragging in bottled water from the grocery store or throwing away those plastic bottles all over the place, because you've got it right there at your kitchen sink. It is a great product, and the water, well, it's delicious. Also giving you free money, 0% interest for 12 months. That's an incredible deal. Give Kinetico Quality Water Softeners of San Antonio a call, 656-PURE, 656-7873, or you can get them online at KineticoSA.com. You know the jingle. Sing it with me. It's the last water softener you'll ever own. Call 656-PURE, Kinetico.
Move over, Chips. There's a new, crunchier MVP in the snack aisle. Enter pork rinds. Southern recipe pork rinds are low-carb, gluten-free, and packed with protein to keep you going. And the flavors, big, bold, crunchy. From sweet barbecue to hot honey, every bite brings that flavor-packed crunch you crave. Grab your favorites today at H-E-B or online at porkrinds.com. Southern recipe pork rinds are your snack time, crunch time hero.
Educators and booster clubs. Need a fundraiser that's different from the rest? With Gardenville, supporters purchase something they already need. High quality, locally sourced mulch and compost. Your organization earns money on every sale. Real products, real value, with support from Gardenville to keep it simple. Ready to grow your fundraiser? Visit garden-ville.com/fundraising. That's garden-ville.com/fundraising.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio.
ZipRecruiter. Dave Ramsey here. The only water softener I recommend is a quality water softener from Kinetico. It really is the last water softener you'll ever own.
KineticoSA.com.
And tell them Dave Ramsey sent you.
San Antonio, there is a new place to watch the NBA playoffs, Novo Brewery. Over 80 feet of massive video walls, cold craft beer, and a full bar. Novo Brewery attached to North Star Mall with juicy, thick-cut ribeyes, Brazilian empanadas, stack burgers, and more. Visit NovoBrew.com.
Hi, my name's Jason Thompson. I've lived in San Antonio for more than 50 years. Went to grade school, high school, and graduated from law school right here. San Antonians have trusted me as their attorney after serious injury and fatality collision since 1994. My website is alawyerforus.com. Why a lawyer for us? Well, after several years of practice, I watched as insurance companies created their own law firms solely to defend against auto claims. Today, there are very few insurance companies that do not have their own captive law firm filled with attorneys whose job is to minimize what the insurance company has to pay on an auto claim. If you or a family member is injured in a traffic collision, you will need your own attorney. Just remember alawyerforus.com. For many lawyers you see on billboards, your case will be handled by a non-lawyer or a staff lawyer. If you call me, Jason Thompson, I will be the lawyer you speak with. The initial consultation is always free. If you or a family member needs an experienced attorney you can trust, I want you to call me, Jason Thompson. My number is 900-0400. That's 210-900-0400 or alawyerforus.com.
Breaking news for your home. Wayday. Wayfair's big sale is almost here, and you can score the best deals in home. Like up to 80% off everything home. Yes, you heard that right. 80% off with free shipping on everything. plus surprise flash deals all Way Day long. We're talking outdoor furniture and essentials, rugs, and more. All at Wayfair, and all up to 80% off during Way Day. Shop Wayfair's Way Day from April 25th through 27th.
Wayfair, every style, every home.
Let's be honest. Watching the Rangers is better when you got something on the line. On Rangers game days, call your shot with the Morning Huddles. Rangers Double Dinger Payday. Pick the Ranger you think will send one into the seats. He hits one, you're going to a Rangers game. He hits two, now you've just been upgraded. Tickets and a hotel stay. That's what we call getting paid. Wake up with the Morning Huddle. Make your pick and win with the Morning Huddle's Rangers Double Dinger Payday. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, South Texas home of the Texas Rangers.
We're all waiting and wondering and watching what's going to happen to Victor Wembanyama. Will he be cleared to play in a big Game 3 Friday night in Portland? This is the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. I'm Joe. He's Jason. I don't know. I hate just sitting here waiting.
Well, and
that's
again,
what we got to do.
That is what we have to do. And I think right now, mindset, he ain't playing on Friday. And if he does, that's a bonus, right?
No doubt.
As a Spur fan, I think prepare yourself for no Wemby on Friday. Sunday is still very much a possibility. My personal feeling, we won't see him until Tuesday night, Game 5.
Screw it. If that's the case, then there's no reason for him to go to Portland, is there? Unless he's just there as a cheerleader and a support for the guys.
And I do think there is a lot to that because the Spurs do have a winning record this year in games played without Wemby. Road playoff atmosphere, whether he's in there or not, we'll see. Should ask Malik Rose this early because, well, we had Malik on the show. But I didn't think about it until just now. But for this Portland team, I give them so much credit for the scrappiness in which they play. When nobody expected them to be competitive in this series against San Antonio. You go to ESPN.com or Yahoo.com, you'll say, nobody had this series going more than 5 games. And if somebody did, few and far in between. I didn't see them. That doesn't mean it's not out there. Even our friends in Portland were predicting a fairly quick series. Gentleman's sweep, if you will, which could still happen. But nobody gives them a chance. And then you get all these articles about their cheap-ass new owner having to check out of the hotel early. Bus leaves at 4:30, but you got to be out of your room at noon because I don't want to pay the late fee. They didn't want to have they didn't pay for a room for the team masseuse. So, I mean, just all this cheapness, Tiago Splitter, apparently got a little bit of a raise from his assistant salary when he had to take over, but apparently Tom Dundon is interviewing other people for the job that Tiago Splitter has, although being very cheap. But Tiago, by all accounts, would like the job, but he knows people are interviewing for his job.
Which is really a chicken bleep way to do business. You can't wait till the Blazers are out of the playoffs to start doing that?
I mean, well, apparently, according to one of the articles, he offered Mike Malone like $4 million. Half of what he was making in Denver, and then he goes to North Carolina for $7.5. Right? But so you've got Tiago fielding questions about a cheap owner that he may or may not end up working for, but give that group credit for blocking out all the noise and being competitive in the first 2 games. They were competitive in Game 1. In Game 2, they're down 14. They could have easily folded the tent. They did not and battled back and won that game. They're going home. Some company up there in Portland has said, all right, Tom, you cheap son of a, we'll give out free T-shirts. So apparently some company is going to give out free T-shirts. And I don't know. I was a little offended by Reggie Miller hammering Bill Simmons last night on the broadcast, but then said, but you have to do that in a small market.
Oh, my gosh. Stop it.
You have to?
Well, is Cleveland a small market?
I mean, I don't know. I mean, everybody in the NBA does it, just like everybody travels their two-way players except the cheap old Portland Trailblazers. But again, some company in Portland stepping up to take care of those fans that are just as hungry for a playoff home game as we are in San Antonio. And Portland has always been a tough place to go play anyway.
Yep.
Blazer fans are rabid. And now they feel like they have a chance. I mean, they're not going to play game 3. Those fans aren't showing up down 0-2. It's now 1-1. Portland has the home court advantage.
They do. They stole that away last night. And I tell you what, it is a tough place to play. It always has been. And this is a team that is just it's a little bit scary, I'll be honest with you, because of the way that they play. And they adjusted last night. And in that first quarter, I took the Spurs a little while to adjust to what they were doing. I mean, they got out to a 17, 18-point lead. It was up there for a minute, and then the Spurs rallied back and came back, and, well, we all know what happened after that. But this is a tough team, and it's going to be a tough out.
Yeah, Keldon Johnson talked about what he expects for his first road playoff game.
It should be a great environment, but I think we'll respond. We know that, their style of play and what they hang their hats on, and that's what they're going to bring to Game 3. And, it's up to us to go out here and respond. And I have full faith that we will. We just make the right adjustments, and I think we'll be fine. But I have no doubt that with, everything that we have, that we will do that, and we'll be ready to go out there for Game 3.
And I like what he said. There's no panic in his voice. In the Spurs team, too, I'm going to say the same thing about them. They're not going to quit. They're going to go out there and play. And I want to see what adjustments now Mitch Johnson makes to what Portland did and how they did it. And quite frankly, it was just playing more physical.
All right, hang on, Pledge. But you look at it, and you're right. I mean, they've got to be more physical. And again, that's what's so frustrating about last night's loss is Vic goes out. The lineup was kind of wonky with the 4 guards and Luke Cornett. Yeah, they got gassed. And Luke, of all people, did look gassed in that fourth quarter.
He did.
They still had a 14-point lead with 8 minutes to go. And they had good looks. The shots didn't fall. They go into this big scoring drought. Now, can I be mad at Mitch and say, dude, you take time out, run an easy play, all of that? But at the same time, I wasn't upset with the looks that they were getting. Those are shots that normally fall for these guys, and it wasn't just one that started missing. That became very contagious. And the defense on the other end was, well, Wemby-less. And you lose the Defensive Player of the Year, the unanimous Defensive Player of the Year, and obviously that's going to suffer. But to watch a 14-point lead go away that quickly and not have a response is frustrating. But yes, you can be mad at the coach. Yes, you can be mad at pick your player. But in reality, if you go back and watch, the shots were there. I mean, they were contested, but they're shots we've seen these guys make before. That final shot by Devin Vassell, great defense, incredible defense. But Devin Vassell had a good look and a great shot.
Wow.
It damn near went in to send that thing to overtime.
Well, it did, but I don't know. The chances of making that shot the way he had to take it in the corner there were slim and none, although it damn near went in.
Yeah.
But the guy was hanging all over him, and that was a tough call, and I'm wondering if that was the play. To get Vassell the ball and just have him shoot it. And obviously there wasn't a lot of time left, but, boy, that was tough. And when he went up for when he got the ball and started heading to the corner, I'm thinking, oh, boy, this is going to be tough. And he almost made it. Almost made it. But, boy, what a tough shot it was. And I think Portland, if our memory serves, opened the door for that shot because they missed one of their free throws.
Yep.
So that's when everybody, we all had a little hope that this thing could go into overtime and maybe the Spurs would pull it out. But I don't know, man. They just went into a drought. It happens. It was damn near 4 minutes, if I recall, where they were bucketless.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what allowed Portland to get back in the game. And you just can't have that. And you can't go cold that long. And I don't know what you do about it. It was just one of those things, I think. Because I agree with you. The looks were there. They just weren't hitting them. And maybe it's because they were a little bit fatigued. Mitch Johnson mentioned that, after the game last night, that they looked a little bit fatigued. And that's playoff basketball. It just everything steps up. And that's, well, you got to get used to that.
Series is now tied 1-1. Obviously, Wemby injured. What is your panic level now? That is our poll question. Go to sasportstar.com and click through to the YouTube page. Right now, 20% say zero concern. 37% say very slight concern. 29%, a little panicked. 14%, Chicken Little, the sky is falling. Now, you asked earlier, no concern at all? Well, Josh calls up. He says he's got zero concern about this series. Josh, you're on the Blitz. What's up, man?
Hey, what's going on, Jason? I have zero concern with the Spurs. I mean, we're still looking at one of the 6 men of the year in Keldon Johnson on this team. We're still looking at Steph Castle, who we all can see the talent that he is and how he can be potentially an all-pro player. We do see how great and potential Dylan Harper is, and we do see that De'Aaron Fox is also a very good player too. Let's not pretend like this was the number 2 team in all of the National Basketball Association. Like, it's not like they got there. Yes, Wemby was a massive part, but it's not like they got there just because Wemby was the only one on this team with a bunch of scrubs. This isn't like the 07 Cleveland Cavaliers with LeBron James. No, this is the Wemby with a bunch of great players, and these guys are all good. Zero concern. They can figure it out. They just got shocked. They dropped one game, and let's remember that there was a great soccer documentary where Coach Wieston had to coach.
You've lost me at soccer documentary, Josh. Appreciate the phone call. 210-656-ESPN, 656-3776 if you'd like to talk about anything but soccer.
Yeah, or hockey or anything else.
We can talk hockey. Stars have a huge game tonight.
No hockey.
That series tied 1-1, 8:30 tonight on ESPN TV.
Well, I think Oklahoma City and Phoenix play tonight.
The Yawner.
Huh? Yawner?
Yawner.
You think?
Did you see game 1?
I did. I saw game 1 of that Boston series, too. And Philadelphia said, hold my beer.
Didn't the spread like 20 points in that game?
It's like 17 and a half, yeah. And I
watch hockey tonight, Joe.
I wouldn't. No.
Stay up late and watch a little. Lou, you had so much in hockey last night. Fans broke glass last night on the bench.
Well, whoop-de-frickin' do.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Oh, yeah. Wow.
Hockey talk?
That Oilers game was crazy.
Uh-huh. The what game?
Oilers.
You're talking Houston? I thought they moved.
Edmonton.
Oh.
You're a dumb butt.
Dude, I'm sorry. I'm not watching hockey.
Well, you can.
No, I can, but I'm not going to.
Well, what are you going to be watching at 8 o'clock? Chicago Fire?
I'm watching basketball. It's the playoffs. That's what I'm watching.
It's Phoenix.
Well, it's also.
And if the game's not good, put on hockey.
Nah, I won't do that. I'll put on color bars.
You'll watch Euphoria.
Yeah. Well, there's that. It could be Orlando and Detroit. That's on early. And then you got Phoenix OKC.
Yep.
Come on, it's going to be fun.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. If you want to participate, and we do, if you've got a phone line, hang on to it because we'll talk with Wemby and Spurs and whether you have any fear of Wemby going down and not playing or not. We'll do that when we continue here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Hey, let me introduce you to Window Nation. Window Nation has come aboard, and I tell you what, with the best thing about what they did, they came in here when they first came on with us, and they gave us a demonstration. And it's the same demonstration that they give you when you go to windownation.com and ask for a consultation. They came in here with their lights and their glass windows that they do, and they showed us how heat escapes or the cooling escapes during the summertime, and all that other stuff outside gets in if your windows aren't properly sealed. And that happens to a lot of homes when the windows get old, especially older homes, and you might want to think about doing something about it. And it's a perfect time to do it with Window Nation because they've got a sale going on. It's called the More You Buy, the More You Save sale. You can save up to 50% off all of your windows. Plus, you can get 0% interest for 5 years. It is one heck of a deal. And these are great windows. In fact, they're so good, Window Nation stands behind them with a lifetime warranty. Lifetime warranty. They're also rated A+ by the Better Business Bureau. You don't want to wait to put an end to your window problems. Now is the perfect time to call Window Nation. The More You Buy, the More You Save sale going on now. It's not going to last forever. It's too good of a deal. So go to windownation.com. That's windownation.com. That's where you can schedule your consultation.
Taking you home with the Blitz. Afternoons 2 to 6. KTFM Floresville. And everywhere at sasportstar.com.
Why'd I go to the doctor? Working on the farm, my heart kept skipping a beat. I didn't think much of it, but my daughters made me get checked out. Turns out I have atrial fibrillation, which increases the risk of stroke about 5 times.
Symptoms like irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain, shortness of breath, fatigue, or lightheadedness can come and go. But if it's AFib, the risk of stroke remains. If you have symptoms, contact a doctor.
I'm so glad I did.
Visit notimetowait.com. Sponsored by Bristol-Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
At Kohl's, spring style starts with the season's best shoe sale and continues with 15% off the rest of your looks. But with great outfits from Kohl's, what happens next is unexpected. Strangers ask where you shop. The breeze feels like it's blowing just for you. Your kids pose for photos willingly. Yep, great spring outfits can do that kind of thing. Find yours at Kohl's and Kohl's.com. Select styles, offers end April 26th. Some exclusions apply. See store or Kohl's.com for details.
By texting 64,000, you agree to receive recurring automated marketing messages from Ownwell. Message and data rates may apply. No purchase required. Terms apply. Available at ownwell.com/terms. Individual results may vary.
Right now, I have 24 different units. I think that's 15 separate properties. I trust Ownwell with all my properties. I trust them to fight for me with the appraisal district as best they can, and they've done a very good job. Ownwell is making my life more efficient, making me a better landlord. Using Ownwell, I've saved on average about $10,000 a year. That's a lot of money.
Your property taxes aren't set in stone. They can be reduced. Ownwell combines savvy technology and deep local expertise to save real estate owners real money. Want to see how much Ownwell can save you on your property taxes? Just enter an address and see your tax savings estimate. See how much you can save with Ownwell right now. Text SAVE to 64,000. Text SAVE to 64,000. That's SAVE to 64,000.
The Gomez Law Firm has been San Antonio's trusted law firm for 50 years. We have Jose with the Gomez Law Firm here with us today. Jose, tell us about the cases you all specialize in.
We do ride-sharing cases, we do 18-wheeler cases, work injuries. We will be happy to take a look at and see if we can help.
If you or your family have been injured in an accident or hit by a company vehicle, you need to visit joegomezlaw.com. Call the Gomez Law Firm at 736-4040.
Injuries happen, and when they do, skip the ER and get to the Ortho Now Injury Clinic by TSAOG Orthopedics and Spine. Ortho Now provides walk-in care for injuries like broken bones, dislocations, sprains, and strains. Conveniently located in the Quarry area with extended hours Monday through Saturday with on-site x-ray casting and bracing, Ortho Now has everything you need to treat your injury, and best of all, no urgent care or emergency room copay. Learn more online at tsaog.com.
San Antonio, this Saturday, April 25th at 4 p.m., the Gunslingers are back at Freeman Coliseum for an explosive home showdown. We're welcoming the Northern Arizona Wranglers to town, and it's our retro 70s throwback game. Get ready to groove as we crank up the disco vibes. The first 1,000 fans through the door get a free far-out 70s explosion wig in red, white, or blue. Big hits, big hair, and nonstop action. Don't miss it. Gunslingers versus the Wranglers this Saturday, 4 p.m. at Freeman Coliseum. Tickets at sagunslingers.com or the box office.
Well, good morning, kiddo. I love that you're home from college. I've missed you.
Still taking your Nature-Made vitamins?
Every day. A multivitamin and a probiotic. You better be taking yours.
Still looking out for me, Mom.
I'll never stop.
Made to care for you every day.
Nature Made, the #1 pharmacist-recommended vitamin and supplement brand. Find us in the vitamin aisle, based on a survey of pharmacists who recommend branded vitamins and supplements.
San Antonio's Sports Center.
Well, look at this. The Astros got a win today in Cleveland. They shut out the Guardians by a score of 2-0. Texas Rangers, they took their opener last night against the Pirates. They continue that series tonight. First pitch set for 7:05. It's a game you can catch right here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star beginning at 6:30 with the pregame show. And Stephen Jones says they're not going to sign George Pickens or negotiate a long-term deal.
Joe Reinagel.
That's the third time in 7 seasons the San Antonio Spurs are the NBA champions.
Jason Minix.
They go back to big day as Super Bowl champions. Dallas 52, Buffalo 17.
It's the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
Congratulations to Keldon Johnson.
Your NBA Sixth Man of the Year, just announced on ESPN by one Jamal Crawford and the ESPN crew. So the day looks a little bit better. 2 for 2 on trophies today.
How about that? Keldon Johnson, way to go, young man. Sixth Man of the Year, that is incredible. And, boy, happy for them. And it just goes to show you again what a great year this team had. And what Keldon did and how he contributed off the bench.
When you think about all the talk about Keldon Johnson this year and when he became a finalist and seeing some that didn't even have him on the ballot in their top 3, incredible. Waiting for the NBA to send out how the breakout came, but who gives a damn? Keldon Johnson has certainly earned the honor, Sixth Man of the Year, and I give him so much credit because he's a guy that has fully embraced his new role with this basketball team, and this honor certainly pays that off in so many ways.
You kind of reminded me of Chris Collinsworth there. Here's a guy.
Here's a guy.
Minix channeling his inner Chris Collinsworth.
Don't ever do that again.
Here's a guy. And Keldon Johnson, I'm just happy for that guy. I love players that are not selfish players. And Keldon Johnson certainly fits that budget. I mean, obviously had a great leader in Monty Ginobili who did the same thing when Pop asked him to go to the bench. And Keldon has done the same thing. And it usually works out pretty well for players that do that. And it certainly did for Keldon Johnson and Monty Ginobili for that matter. But way to go, man. There it is. Now the updates are popping up. They just made this announcement, so
you almost heard it damn near live.
Damn near live.
Yep,
it was close.
All right, trivia time. How many in Spurs franchise history have won Sixth Man of the Year?
Wow, I'm going to say 2.
Keldon Johnson and
Monty Ginobili.
The fact that Manu only won the award one time.
Yeah,
in 07-08.
Well. The national types hate us, Jason. You know that.
Yeah, we got the Defensive Player of the Year unanimous, and now we've got the Sixth Man of the Year. We still have an MVP finalist. We still have a Coach of the Year finalist.
We do.
Now, that Sixth Man of the Year needs to play like it in Game 3 because the Spurs down, not down. They are 1-1 in the series after losing last night.
Feels like they're down, though, right? Because of the injury to Wemby.
It does. Do we have a way to carry this live? No. All right. Keldon's doing an interview now live with the ESPN guys.
I love Keldon. He's a cowboy through and through.
Oh, yeah. He totally bought in.
Right. He's got horns behind him and all kinds of Western-looking stuff. And he wore that cowboy hat last night on the podium.
Absolutely.
Love it, man.
He was out at this ranch farm thing the other day.
I love it.
All in.
Fantastic. Way to go.
All in.
Keldon Johnson. Good
job. With that brightens the mood a little bit, but still concern for a lot of you on where the Spurs stand now with Wemby in concussion protocol and the series even at 1 as the series shifts back to Portland now with the Trailblazers having home court advantage. So our poll question on YouTube, go to sasportstar.com, click through, is what is your panic level? No concern, slight concern, a little panicked. Sky is falling. And no concern at all at 20%. If you've got zero concern besides a soccer documentary, why? 210-656-ESPN, 656-3776. Gino, you're on the Blitz. What's going on, friend?
How you guys doing today?
Good.
I have zero concern because, I think yesterday we saw the team kind of feel the effects of Wemby going out, right? So everybody's juices started flowing. I think they kind of exhausted themselves, right, getting back into that mindset. But if you go back early January when Wemby was out for about a 10-game stretch, we went, 8-2 during that time frame. So I know this team they know how to play without Wemby. So I think they just need to get back in that mindset, and then starting a game with the 5 that they had originally, I think they'll be in the right frame of mind. And then Scoot Henderson, this guy went off on a career high. I don't think we'll ever see that again. The guy's a great player, but for him to score 30, I think it was just a game that, we kind of overexerted ourselves because we felt Wemby go down, but I think we're going to be okay. It might go to game 6, but I think we'll be fine, and Wemby will come right back and close this series out.
Gino, appreciate the phone call, but Scoot Henderson's 2 best games as an NBA player, I think, have been in this series. And honestly,
I'm with Gino, though. He's not going to score 30 points on a consistent basis. He's not going to do that. What concerns me, though, what my concern is, and I think Gino made a good point, and I think the Spurs had to readjust themselves, but the fact that they played an entire second half and then built a 14-point lead and then blew said lead, that's what concerns me more so than anything else. And if they were tired because mentally or whatever the case may be, but that's what concerns me. And I just think this Portland team matches up pretty well against a Wemby-less Spurs team.
Ray has zero concern. Ray, you're on the Blitz. Why aren't you worried?
I think they can get one. They were up, 14 points with a few minutes left in the game. They
with
just
8
couldn't
minutes.
close the game last night.
No, they were, and they let it slip away, and that's what's concerning to me a little bit. But, yeah, they played great to start that quarter, and then not so good to end it.
I think as long as they don't come back to San Antonio 3-1, I think we're okay.
All right. So go to Portland, get a split, regain home court advantage. Game 5 will be Tuesday night, 8:30 start time on ESPN.
Now, I really thought that Game 5 back here in San Antonio would be a closeout game, and it still could be.
Yep.
If the Spurs go up there and win a couple in Portland, which they could certainly do, then that's what I want to see. That Game 5 on Tuesday night in the Frostbank Center be the closeout game. Spurs take care of business and get ready for either Minnesota or Denver.
Now, you look at and you think about where this team is, and again, the positives and negatives of last night. Obviously pissed that they lost the game and how they lost the game. Wemby gets hurt, and this team, which started poorly, that was a piss-poor start by the San Antonio Spurs.
It was.
Yet after one, they had the lead and seemingly settled in. In the second half, they were down big. They battled back because I think Portland had a 13-point lead.
Mm-hmm.
They battled back. Then they're up 14 with 8 to go. And this is the part that bothers me as a Spurs fan. They had looks, good looks. The shots just didn't go. And Mitch called some timeout, drew up some plays. You can see he's calling plays. They got good looks. They didn't knock them down. Generally speaking, the golden rule, if you've got a double-digit lead with a couple minutes to go and lose, you look at the coach. That's on the coach. How do you lose that, right? Or is it as simple as De'Aaron Fox said, man, we just couldn't make a shot?
I think we got some good looks that we just weren't able to make. Chalk it up to it. You move on.
I agree with him. It's hard to blame Mitch Johnson for guys missing shots. When he put them in the right position, they took the shot. Most of them were contested. I'll give Portland credit, but it are shots that normally go down. And it's just one of those nights. And unfortunately, it happened at the wrong time for the Spurs. It allowed Portland to get back in, and, well, we all know the outcome. But they'll make most of those shots down the stretch. And I am a little concerned without Wemby just because Portland, the way they're playing right now and the way Thiago Splitter has them playing, they're a feisty bunch of players, and they're going to continue to play. They're never going to give up. And that's concerning when you face a team like that. It's like you can't take their will away from them, or the Spurs certainly haven't been able to do that yet. Hopefully that changes in the very near future.
Well, and make your damn free throws.
Well, there's that.
I mean, 20 of 28 from the free throw line. And it's not, Portland was 17 of 23. But, and it's not like one guy had a bad night. Just everybody missed some, although Steph Castle missed 3. Would they lose by? It was just a combination of bad. The double bump with Wemby's face on the floor. Although my buddy Jeff just said he barely hit his face. Protocol's 48 hours. He'll be fine Friday night.
He barely hit his face. I don't know what game you were watching, Jeff.
It wasn't his face hitting that floor.
Yeah, exactly.
He went night-night.
Yeah, he did. He was night-night for a little bit. You're exactly right.
Wasn't that about his bedtime anyway?
Yeah, probably.
No, it was still well before his bedtime.
Yeah, he's 9 o'clock, right?
9 o'clock.
9 o'clock, guys. So that was about
7:40,
yeah. 40, yeah.
Yeah.
Something like that.
If you're 3, it's time to go to bed.
Yeah.
I mean, somebody might have missed that trying to put the kid to bed, but bump.
That was bad, man. And for whatever reason, I'm drawn to it. I keep watching it.
Dude, it's just he's so long and lanky. And again, he sacrificed his head because he got rid of the ball. That pass to the corner, so his arms didn't catch him. He didn't use the ball. He didn't brace himself. Although, as awkward as that was, I'm kind of glad we're just talking about a concussion because that's the kind of fall where you see somebody try to catch themselves and they break their wrist.
Well, I hope next, because the pass didn't go anywhere. I mean, I know what he was trying to make a play, but don't do that. Just don't.
It's worth the turnover?
Yes. Yeah, turn the ball over. It's fine.
You tell that to somebody that's competitive.
Mitch Johnson will be okay. Well,
and get some body control and some lessons on falling from fellow Frenchie Tony Parker. That guy had a skill of falling.
Well, and Parker didn't have as far to fall.
Well, this is true.
As Wemby did. I mean, it took Wemby an hour to fall and hit his face on the floor. It said, woo! Goodness.
And a double bump.
Yeah, and he went night-night for a few seconds. Now we'll see what happens. And again, we should know more tomorrow. I'm assuming the Spurs will practice here before they fly to Portland. Typically, that's what they do. We'll see if they do that and get an update on what's going on with the big fella, Victor Wembanyama. You want to chime in on Wemby? You're more than welcome to do so. 656-3776, 656-ESPN. You want to vote in our poll? What's your panic level with Wemby's concussion? You can go to sasportstar.com. You can get on our YouTube page there, and you can vote in our poll. We'll continue here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. A perfect place to watch all the NBA action, whether it's tonight with the 2 games that we've got going on, Friday night when the Spurs play. Novo Brewery. It is a perfect place to go and watch the game. And when you go there, make sure you go early enough. You want to have some dinner because the food is it's brilliant. It's fantastic. We've got everything from French fries to chicken wings to ribeye steaks. And all the food is just absolutely fantastic. I love the picanha skewers. Minix goes for the shrimp skewers. And he says they're delicious, and I believe him. They've got TVs all over the place. You can watch from just about anywhere, well, absolutely anywhere in that building. Go check them out because there's 60 craft beers on tap. There is domestic beers, a bunch of them on tap as well. And it's just a beautiful space. Any group size, they can accommodate you. It's their first location in Texas. Go check them out. You want to check them out before you go? All right, go to novobrew.com. That's N-O-V-O brew.com.
Got a buddy who thinks he knows baseball? Perfect. On Rangers game days, prove it with the Morning Huddle's Rangers Double Dinger Payday. Pick the Ranger you think will launch it out of here. He hits one, you and a friend are headed to a Rangers game. He hits two. Now, you've got tickets and hotel. Yeah, you're making a night of it, and your buddy's buying the first round. Wake up with the Morning Huddle. Call your shot and win the Morning Huddle's Rangers Double Dinger Payday. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, South Texas home of the Texas Rangers.
Confidence is knowing you're ready to handle whatever comes your way. That's what it feels like to take on your workday with Cintas. They make sure your AEDs are up to date, your fire extinguishers are tested and inspected, your floor mats are cleaned and delivered, and your workwear looks good, feels good, and is freshly laundered with the Cintas Apparel Plus program. So are you ready to take on today? Visit Cintas.com and get ready for the workday.
Texting enrolls you in a recurring automated marketing text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
The team's looking good this season.
I think so. Man, I miss playing football. Ever since I turned 40, I just can't find that fire I used to have.
Think it could be lower testosterone?
What do you mean?
I was feeling the same way. After 40, the body has less testosterone, and men lose their edge. That's why I take Nugenix Total T2.
That's the testosterone booster, right?
Yes, but Total T2 is their brand new formula that skyrockets nitric oxide levels in as little as 3 hours. Since I started taking it, I've been lifting like when we played for Coach Carter. My energy is way up, and it even spiced up things between me and the missus.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles?
Yep, just send a text.
Text SPARK to 215-215 for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T2, the next generation testosterone booster. Text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo X, our newest, most powerful fat burner ever, absolutely free. Text SPARK to 215-215. That's SPARK to 215-215.
These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Download to see if you qualify. Not all customers will qualify. Transfer fees may apply. No Albert subscription required. Albert is not a bank. Albert Instant Loans are issued by FinWise Bank, member FDIC. Not an actual client. Terms apply.
Kylie, what's wrong? I just got hit with a car repair bill. I'm behind on rent, and I feel like I can never save any money.
Have you tried the Albert app? Albert is your financial assistant, helping you find ways to save and create custom budgets to actually grow your money. Plus, you can get up to $10,000 for big expenses, or advance up to $1,000 fast when you need cash right away.
Albert can get me up to $10,000?
Exactly. Albert spots you in a pinch and helps you grow your money in the long run.
I'm downloading Albert right now.
Download the Albert app and use promo code VALUE to borrow up to $10,000 for whatever you need. The Albert app helps you budget better and save more money, so you reach your financial goals faster. Download the Albert app right now and use promo code VALUE to borrow up to $10,000. Use code VALUE to borrow up to $10,000.
Hello, my name is Jason Thompson. I'm an attorney here in San Antonio and have been practicing law here since 1994. And in the past 30-plus years, I've helped hundreds of San Antonians injured by negligent drivers. If you've been injured in a car-truck collision, call me, 210-900-0400. I did want to let you know of a very disturbing trend I've seen that you really need to be aware of. If an attorney or someone acting on that attorney's behalf calls you after a traffic collision, with very limited exceptions, that is called barratry or solicitation. It's a crime and is unethical under our state bar rules. Do not answer these phone calls. Do not hire an unethical attorney. Neither I nor anyone in my firm will ever call you after a traffic collision. If you need my help, and if you've been injured in a traffic collision, I think you do, you'll need to call me. My name is Jason Thompson. My number is 210-900-0400, or go to my website, alawyerforus.com.
Congratulations again to Keldon Johnson, Sixth Man of the Year. He got it done today, and it was announced. And Jason and I were watching a video during the break there of his reaction.
Yeah, the Spurs put on Facebook video, and I got to be honest, I don't know how this works. I know they announce the winner and they do an interview right away. So if I've always kind of thought that somehow the team is able to find out ahead of time and probably tells the player, and they've got the interview set up with the camera crew. But looking at the reaction of Keldon and his family and the people that are in the room, Now I'm starting to wonder if all three finalists had camera crews at their house, and when it's announced is when these guys actually find out. I don't know the answer to that. I'll try to find out, but his reaction was so genuine, and the whole behind-the-scenes look that the Spurs just posted on social, I'm guessing Keldon did not know, and his family did not know that he was going to actually win the award.
Yeah, I don't think you can fake his reaction. That was a reaction of just complete surprise and obviously, very happy about it. Yes.
Now, the NBA did announce the voting results. The global media panel of 100 voters selecting the Kia NBA Sixth Man of the Year. Keldon wins it 404 to 331. Jaquez from Miami came in second. Tim Hardaway Jr. in Denver was third with 45. Those were your three finalists. Keldon had 63 first-place votes to 34, and then three dudes with one vote. So Keldon had 63 first-place votes, 28 second-place votes, and 5 third-place votes. So 96 total points. That means 4 people did not have Keldon Johnson on their ballot.
Interesting. Well, a lot of these, I think we saw 1 or 2 of those where they had Keldon, down a ways.
Some dude from ESPN is one.
I certainly think he deserved it. He had a hell of a year, and props to him, and I'm happy for him. So Wemby, Defensive Player of the Year. Keldon, Sixth Man of the Year. Who's next? Mitch Johnson, Coach of the Year, perhaps.
Perhaps.
And then Wemby, MVP.
I mean, I still think SGA is going to win it. The Spurs just put out a video, heart and soul of our team. Congrats, Keldon. And it's just so cool. I mean, I just want to sit back for a moment and talk as a Spurs fan.
All right.
And that's all of you. We've all been through hell for 7 years. We have. I mean, we're all spoiled. The championship teams spoiled us.
A little violin music in there.
This drought that people say we're in terms of a championship game or a Super Bowl.
This year, we did not expect this team to be what they turned into. We knew they were going to be better. We knew or hoped that there would be postseason. But first-year head coach Mitch Johnson, and none of us knew, and quite frankly, a lot of us were mixed on whether he was the right guy for the job. And how this year was going to work. For them to get 60-plus wins and a 2-seed, a unanimous Defensive Player of the Year, which there was no drama there, but for Keldon to get six-man, I know we're coming off of a loss and the series is tied 1-1 and we're worried about a concussion, but this is cool as hell.
It really is.
As a Spur fan. Just, seeing this video and thinking about a guy like Keldon Johnson, here's a guy. I mean, honestly, this is just cool. This is, you love your basketball team, and this is just cool.
No, I'm happy for – look, Keldon Johnson, he's a good dude. I mean, he really is. And he plays hard, and again, I have a hell of a lot of respect for guys like this that are asked to do something and sacrifice. I mean, he'd be starting for any other team in the league.
Yep.
Without a doubt. And good enough to start for the Spurs, too, but they wanted him coming off the bench to lead that group, and he's done it, and he's done it well, and today he was rewarded for it. And so I'm really happy for him. But you're right. I'm watching this video, and there's no way he knew in advance.
No.
There's absolutely no way.
I mean, and it's like I said, it's just cool because the other part of it is his personality and apparently his love for this franchise. He needed to take a different role, and he accepted that.
Mm-hmm.
And for professional athletes, that's not easy to do. He could have been an a-hole and tried to force his way out of town, like Jeremy Sohan. He could have been less of a team guy. And for the Spurs to write the heart and soul of our team, he could have just shown up for the paycheck and gone through the motions.
Sure.
He didn't. I mean, that speaks to Keldon's character and the way he is, but his love for this basketball team. I couldn't be happier for somebody winning one of these postseason awards.
Yeah, no doubt. He certainly He deserves it. He does, and I'm happy. It's almost it makes the day a little bit better. Obviously, the concern is still there for Wemby and what's going to happen with him when we get back to the action on Friday night. But just seeing a big smile on his face and the happiness that he shared with all of us, it's great, man. You're right, because look, I'll go down not memory lane, but the Spurs, and that's why it was so bizarre that people were against the Wemby Center. This team is San Antonio.
Yeah.
I mean, there is nothing. The Spurs are San Antonio, and it's just, and I think everybody is smiling right now that is a fan of Keldon Johnson, and I think most people are.
Well, let's hope somebody.
Well, there might be a mayor.
But again, I mean, you look at it and you're right. I mean, the passion that you have with your team and what your team means to you. I was actually having a conversation about this with my daughter yesterday, who is a therapist. She's in Phoenix. One of her.
She examining you?
Not me.
Oh.
She was telling me about one of her new patients, and apparently this guy is a Bears fan.
Oh, well, that's the problem right there.
And he said they give me therapy.
Yeah.
And then she's like, kid, I get that. I'm a Cowboy fan. But why sports are so important, the community aspect, whatever you do in your daily life, that's your escape. That's something that, one team every year in every league gets to celebrate. The rest of us are unhappy with the way the season ends. All of us are smarter than the GM and can put together a better team. It is the conversation piece. It's what brings so many of us together, whether it's your friends, your community, all of that is there. That's sports. It's why we love sports, why you and I are very fortunate to have jobs in sports.
Without a doubt.
And again, our job is everybody else's hobby. That's not lost on us. But it's just cool. And when like Wemby can have a goal, I want to be Defensive Player of the Year. I want to win MVP. I don't know anybody that wakes up and says, you know what, this year I'm going to be Sixth Man of the Year.
Well, I think once you accept that role,
that is a goal.
I think it is, and I think for Keldon it was. And you heard Wemby the other day when Keldon was praising him as the best player, in the world, and Wemby came back with him Sixth Man, and so it is a big deal to these guys, and so again, happy as hell.
Yep.
For Keldon Johnson. Without a doubt. And I know most Spurs fans are as well.
Absolutely. Absolutely. That one was, honestly, I mean, we've been saying it forever, but, we're a little biased and we watch more Spurs basketball than a lot of those national guys, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Wemby was a no-brainer. Sixth Man of the Year, there was some debate. Coach of the Year, honestly, if I had to vote, it'd be Joe Mazzulla. I think SGA wins MVP, but you're up for 4 and you've already got 2 in the bag?
That's pretty good.
Yep.
That's I think let's see, that's 50%.
All right, Wemby, in your math.
Wow.
Look at you doing math in your
head.
How
about that?
Yeah.
Wow.
Proud of you, Joey.
I feel accomplished doing that. Way to go, Keldon Johnson. That's good. More Wemby discussion. How you feeling about the San Antonio Spurs? I'm flabbergasted, to be totally honest with you, Jason, that Spurs fans, no concerns at all. A lot of them. 21%. We've got a poll up on our SASportsStar.com YouTube page. Go there and you can chime in there as well. The 4 answers: no concerns, very slight concern, a little panic, or the sky is falling. How do you feel about what's going on with Victor Wembanyama and the San Antonio Spurs team after the Portland Trailblazers tied up the series at a game apiece? We'll continue that discussion when we continue here on the Blitz, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Let me tell you about Quartermoon Plumbing, Heating, and AC. Their phone number, 210-651-5899. You want to keep that number handy because they are experts at worst-case scenarios. And if you're dealing with a plumbing emergency, if you're dealing with your AC not working, you need somebody that you can trust to come out and get it working again. And that's what they do at Quartermoon. But it's not just emergency situations. They've got great maintenance programs, and they've got other stuff that you might not always think about, but you probably need to get done. They have created there at Quartermoon what they're calling the Breathe Easy package. And what that do, it will kick the funk out of your system, because if your house is smelling a little bit off, it might be your AC. So what Quarter Moon is going to do with their Breathe Easy package is they're going to pull and deep clean your blower motor, your blower wheel, and your AC housing. They'll clean your coil and disinfect the inside of that AC cabinet, and then install a UV light to zap bacteria and other nasty stuff that could be hiding in your unit. You're going to get cleaner air, a fresher home, and an AC system that smells like it should. So call Quarter Moon at 210-651-5899, 651-5899, or online at quartermoonplumbing.com.
It's the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
Coming up on the Morning Huddle, assuming no Wemby in Portland, how are the Spurs going to overcome? Cranium Watch continues, but the Cowboys are on the clock. We're under 24 hours before we get to the draft. We're looking at the Cowboys and the rest of the league. Are there going to be moves? We're talking about it. The party starts at 6.
It's the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson. Morning 6 to 10 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Spring into savings this truck month at North Park Chevrolet in Castroville, your 6-time Chevrolet Dealer of the Year. Lease a 2026 Silverado 1500 Crew LT for $589 a month, 0 down. Or drive a 2026 Silverado 1500 Crew Custom for $36,999. New heavy duties have 3.9% financing, no payments for 90 days. Together, let's drive North Park Chevrolet, 10 minutes by Loop 410 in Castroville. Must qualify. Call 830-355-2107 for full price and offer details.
San Antonio, this Saturday, April 25th at 4 p.m., the Gunslingers are back at Freeman Coliseum for an explosive home showdown. We're welcoming the Northern Arizona Wranglers to town, and it's our retro 70s throwback game. Get ready to groove as we crank up the disco vibes. The first 1,000 fans through the door get a free far-out 70s explosion wig in red, white, or blue. Big hits, big hair, and nonstop action. Don't miss it. Gunslingers versus the Wranglers this Saturday, 4 p.m. at Freeman Coliseum. Tickets at sagunslingers.com or the box office.
Attention coaches, educators, and booster clubs. Need a fundraiser that's different from the rest? With Gardenville, supporters purchase something they already need. High quality, locally sourced mulch and compost. Your organization earns money on every sale. Real products, real value, with support from Gardenville to keep it simple. Ready to grow your fundraiser? Visit garden-ville.com/fundraising. That's garden-ville.com/fundraising.
I'm Ed Evans, CEO of Consumer Cellular. You know, the big wireless companies say they have discounts for people over 55, but unless you're willing to sit on hold and ask, you're probably paying more than you should. At Consumer Cellular, there's nothing to hunt down. We're built for people 50 plus with plans starting at just $20. And our 100% US-based customer service actually answers the phone. Call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit consumercellular.com today and get your second month free for a limited time.
Taxes, fees, and other third-party charges will apply. See website for additional details.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting truly great candidates for your roles? It seems impossible to find them. They have to be out there somewhere, right? Well, they're not hard to find when you know where to go. And that place is ZipRecruiter. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. And because these people are actively looking for jobs just like yours, it's easy to find the right person right away. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. But if you're not using ZipRecruiter, you're missing out. So see what it's like when the impossible is easy. When you go to ZipRecruiter.com/radio right now to try ZipRecruiter for free. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio. Never miss out on great candidates with ZipRecruiter.
Healthy vision is about more than seeing clearly. It's about going beyond. From comprehensive eye care with the latest technology to advanced vision solutions that provide deep insights into your overall health. And with doctors who build lasting relationships founded on trust, ensuring that every detail is taken care of. I choose Vision Source to never miss out on life's precious moments. Vision Source, beyond your eyes.
Shh, here she comes.
Surprise! They sent a duplicate shipment to your flower shop! Now you have to pay for 1,000 extra carnations! Also, there's a beehive outside your store! And they're super aggressive! There's thousands of them!
Progressive knows small business owners usually don't like surprises because they cost you money. But a good surprise, saving 13% on commercial auto insurance when you pay in full.
Also, the egg salad you just ate was expired! Gross!
Surprise yourself. See if you can save in as little as 8 minutes at progressivecommercial.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Discounts not available in all states or situations.
It's been a bittersweet day, I would say, here on the Blitz, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. But Keldon Johnson saves the day, comes in, wins Sixth Man of the Year award, and kind of brightens everybody's day a little bit.
Well, it does. The series is tied 1-1. If you're heading out to Nyosa tonight or one of the other Fiesta events, it looks like the weather's cleared up.
It's beautiful, man. I just walked out there to. Well, beautiful sunny skies.
About time.
No kidding.
About time. All's going to be right in the world.
Yep.
And it's interesting because on our poll question, go to sasports.com and click into the YouTube. What's your panic level with Wemby's concussion? Very slight concern at 37%. A little panicked at 28%. No concern at all at 20%. And Sky is Falling, Let's Go Chicken Little, 15%. So little panicked is about half.
Slight concern. And then a little panic too. I'm in that group. I think those two, one of the two, but Wemby will be back. I mean, he's not out for the season.
Well, we don't know that.
He's not out for the season.
You don't know that.
Well, I do know it.
You don't know that. You assume that. Like I think we'll see Wemby Game 5 Tuesday night 8:30 at the Frost Bank Center, but we don't know that.
Wow.
Somebody I know
we just don't know.
We just don't know.
You need that on a T-shirt.
All right. Yeah, I do. I absolutely do.
210-656-ESPN 656-3776. Andrew, you're on the Blitz. What's up, man?
Jason and Joe, how you doing? 2-year listener, first-time caller.
Appreciate it.
I did your poll. It was a little hard to find, but on the YouTube channel. But,
yeah.
Yeah, no, I eventually found it on the YouTube, but I need to learn more about YouTube. The first question is, do you think there was anybody else in Spurs history that you felt should have won the Sixth Man of the Year? Second of all, I went with slightly because I saw the fall. I saw him hit twice. It looked like it hurt a whole bunch, and he was woozy. And I was wondering, is the protocol for the concussion the same as the NFL?
No.
Where he has to be? Okay.
No.
So how long does it have to be before he's good? And then my last question would be, do you two feel like the Raptors are already done or could possibly come back and make one more round?
You're asking about the Toronto Raptors, eh?
Yeah, because I'm from the Northeast, and since you didn't want to talk about hockey, I figured I would check about a team in the East.
Andrew, let's talk some butts and sticks.
Let's not talk hockey at all, Andrew. That's fine. We'll talk Toronto Raptors basketball, though. That's
yeah. The protocol for the NBA very different than the NFL. 48 hours is the minimum, which is good news because that clock starts from when he got diagnosed. So that was Tuesday night, last night. So Thursday night, technically 48 hours, he could be cleared. So if he shows no signs of symptoms, he could play on Friday, but that's a bit of a long shot. And again, it's all systems-based and the testing that they'll do. Not just the Spurs doctors, not just Wemby saying I'm good, but the NBA doctors as well. And NBA concussions are all over the place. You've got guys that, have missed 6 games, 13 games, 4 games. I mean, that's kind of the scary part, right? It all is going to be based on symptoms.
Well, that's it. Tobias Harris, though, he didn't miss any games. So there's your light at the end of the tunnel, maybe. But the odds are against him playing. They just are. I'll be shocked. I'll be very happy if he plays Friday night. but I just am planning that he won't be there.
Planning that he won't be there.
I'm planning on it.
As for the Raptors, they're down 2-0, right?
They are.
They're done.
Yeah, they're toast. Cleveland's playing well. Sorry, Andrew, but Toronto's done. You start watching hockey, I guess.
The Stars play tonight.
Well, that's great. He's not a Stars fan though. He's from the Northeast. Who are they playing?
The Minnesota Wild.
Oh well, they're Midwest.
Series is tied 1-1.
Is there anybody still in the Northeast?
Well, sure.
Who?
Were you watching yesterday? Have you? Well,
Was I watching what yesterday? Hockey?
Hockey.
No.
Why wouldn't you be watching hockey? I mean, you have Pittsburgh and Philadelphia. They're playing tonight.
Okay, there you go. Andrew can glob onto one of them.
Glob onto one of them.
Uh-huh.
What about Buffalo and Boston?
Well, he could do that. See, he's got 4 choices.
Well, he's Canadian. Ottawa. They're taking on Tom Dundon's team.
I have a feeling, well, I hope they kick Tom Dundon's team's ass.
There you
quite
go.
frankly. Look, they probably hate Ottawa. If you're a Toronto fan, you hate Ottawa.
I mean, the Canadian, right? But Canadian teams never win the Stanley Cup.
Well, exactly. Why would you think they would?
I mean, Montreal is playing Tampa Bay on Friday. That series is tied 1-1. Utah got their first ever playoff win in franchise history last night, beating Vegas.
How about that?
That was a hell of a game. Did you watch any of that?
I didn't see. I missed that one. Yeah. So is Vegas still like they're the defending champs, right?
No.
They're not?
They won a couple years ago.
Okay.
They have won a cup in the last couple of years.
I knew that they had won. Who won last year?
I don't know. Not my team.
Oh, okay. Well, your team probably never will. The Devils suck, don't they?
They do now.
Okay.
I mean, they do have a lot of trophies. Kind of like the Spurs, man. They won a lot and then they didn't.
I got you. Okay.
Oh yeah, it was Florida. They won last year.
Florida. Okay. All right. Well, that's
I'm
good.
glad Pledge Googled that.
Yeah.
Because Tampa Bay won recently. What the hell's going on ESPN? Shaq's got money wings on.
Oh, he sure does.
What is that?
I don't know.
I wonder if that's real money or like that fake money when we were shooting that video.
Dude, that
in
looks
that
real.
Vault. This fake money looks real. But with Shaq, that might be real money.
Well, do you know how much money's on that desk? I mean, my goodness.
Well, there's not a lot of money on the desk, but there's a lot of net worth on that desk.
Between the 4 of those guys, there is a lot of money attached.
Oh, wait, Chuck's face is on those dollar bills?
Oh.
So they're only good at Magic City.
Oh, yeah. Magic City.
I said Chuck, not Lemon Pepper Lou.
Same thing. It buys all the wings.
It does.
Gotta chuck them dollars out.
Oh, my goodness. My goodness. Again, happy for Keldon Johnson. If you haven't heard, 6th Man of the Year. He won it, and we're happy for him.
What do we have ready to go, Pledge? A thumbs up doesn't tell me. Do we have the cut when he was on ESPN? How he's going to celebrate?
Big accomplishment. It's a lot of hard work that goes into an award like this, and especially through everything I've been through.
Hey, man, congratulations. I'm glad your family there to share it with you. Go out back and kill some and cook a nice meal.
Yeah, I got you. I will do.
Go out back and kill something and have a nice dinner. That's awesome.
Well, I mean, he's got those horns on in the background. Who was it? Why am I drawing a blank? Former Texas quarterback that we all thought was going to go high that ended up in Miami. Remember on draft night? He had
Quinn Ewers.
Quinn Ewers. All the racks that were in the background. Keldon's house isn't quite like that.
Not quite, no.
But in Chuck's mind, it is.
Go outside and kill something. That's
the problem
awesome.
is those are all Keldon's pets.
Well, yeah, I guess so, right? But if he lives on a ranch, I'm sure there's wild animals.
Oh yeah,
out
there's.
there.
Clearly he goes hunting.
I mean, what do you?
He's
raccoons
got his trophies.
Or possums or
dude,
armadillo stew.
You won't even eat deer meat.
You're damn right. I don't like deer meat. I don't. I mean, sorry.
You've eaten deer meat at my house, not known it, and said it was delicious.
Well, was that sausage? Was that sausage deer meat?
The sausage deer meat, yes.
Well, that's good.
Yes,
I'll give you
fantastic.
that. I'll give you that.
But you ate some other stuff that you thought was steak. and I never told you.
Backstrap.
Well, see, that's the best part of the deer, right? The rest of it is just gamey taste.
It's not if you cook it right. Now, again, you're right. If you just go get a regular deer, it could be gamey. But Axis, not a gamey deer. Or that Japanese Saika, I don't think you ate any of that. Pledge did. But the Japanese Saika is phenomenal. And you can do things to get the gaminess out of it.
Did you go to Japan to kill that thing?
Yeah. Yeah, no. Out near Kerrville.
Oh, yeah, well.
They bring them in and breed them here.
Gotcha.
Good Lord.
The Coyote says armadillo is good. Have you ever had armadillo?
No.
I haven't either.
Or squirrel stew.
Squirrel stew?
Or raccoon stew.
When the ducks quack, feed them.
I don't even really like duck for that matter.
See, I'm not a duck fan either. It's kind of gamey.
Now, lamb? Lamb is good.
Yeah, it's all right.
Well, lamb is good, but you got to learn how to cook it. Now, now part of that is putting some lemon juice on it when you're cooking the lamb, and that really helps.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not a guy that's going to go to a restaurant or in my house and cook lamb.
Well, you could do like lamb lollipops, pretty easy. Cook up pretty quick. Those are fantastic.
I'm sure they're delicious. You know, I kind of prefer dead cow. That's the animal I like. I don't know. I kind of prefer that one.
Maybe a little pig.
The little pig, chicken.
Yeah.
Not on his cow.
No, you don't put bacon on his burger.
Not on the burger. No. Had it on mellow mushroom pizza though the other day.
That's fantastic.
It was delicious. I love bacon. I just don't want it on my burger. That's all. I think it's reasonable. I don't understand you guys.
There's nothing reasonable about that.
Joe,
I don't eat salads at the Root Pub, for goodness sake.
That's a good point.
Dude.
Although I'm told those salads are wonderful.
I'm sure they are.
Breathtaking.
There's so much other great stuff at the Root Pub.
Well,
I'm not going to have a salad.
But see, it's like tonight is steak night
Yes.
at the Root Pub.
Now, see?
Now,
little dead cow.
Now, who was... I forget who was telling me. They get steak on their salad. So what's the point? Just get the steak.
Exactly.
That's what pledged us. Just get more steak.
Exactly.
I've done steak. I've done chicken. I've done shrimp on it.
You do you, Pledge.
But on steak night, I'll get a steak.
Absolutely. It's really good.
You're making me hungry.
I'm hungry, too, actually.
My friend Brian says squirrel is good. But see, he's from the middle of nowhere, Virginia. And I know Brian well enough. This dude has shot squirrel and then eaten it like right then. He's weird.
Well,
he would. But there's not a whole lot to do in Covington, Virginia.
No,
So-
I used to do that with Dove. We'd take a portable fryer out.
Yeah?
And you'd cook them right there and eat them, yeah.
You could do that with squirrels in your backyard.
I could, but I've never tried squirrel that I know of.
I mean, but you might.
No, I won't. Not unless somebody tricks me. You ever had squirrel?
Not that I'm aware of.
Well, exactly.
And as long as I keep it that way.
But you've got friends that eat squirrel, so you might have to have it one day.
I probably won't.
I'm just saying, man.
I can almost guarantee that I won't.
Bacon wrapped Dove's amazing.
Again, nothing to do with squirrel, but
well,
you know.
Dove.
See,
I
Joe,
prefer quail, honestly.
but again, you said fried. You know, there's a lot of stuff you can eat that's fried.
Sure.
And it's going to be fine. You know, if you fry it up. But if you were to smoke it or cook it in a different way besides frying it, you probably wouldn't enjoy it. You just want to bread it all up and not even know what you're eating.
Yes, that's exactly right. Yeah, yes, that is. I don't know if I could say that on air.
What Eagle fan says?
Yeah. Aso buco?
I don't even know what that is. I have no idea.
That's some kind of like what a hot dog's made out of.
Whoa. Fred says squirrel on celery is amazing. Better than your pimento cheese. You know what I do know is tomorrow we're going to be live at Taste of the North Side, my favorite fiesta event.
Yes.
And there will be lots of steakhouses there.
There will be.
And there will be no squirrel there.
And I hope not.
I can.
If there is, I'm avoiding that particular booth.
But you might not even know it.
No, I would know it. And they'd have to advertise that, I hope, right? Squirrel on a stick.
Like you're going to read the sign.
Yeah.
Like you're still mad at Jerry because you ate a vegetarian burger at training camp.
I am.
But the sign was there.
Well, it was down, though.
Yeah, well, it was not down.
It was down.
It was readable.
It was awful.
I saw the sign, and I saw you grabbing the burgers, and I thought, he has no idea.
You know, it would have been.
And I waited till you were done. You were like, "Oh, these are good."
Well, they were. They tasted good, but it's a damn science experiment.
Well,
there's no telling what that did to my body.
Think about most of the stuff that we eat. It's all a science experiment unless you shoot it and eat it right then.
Well, that's possible. Yeah.
What do you mean possible?
I guess. I don't care, though. I go to a restaurant. I don't give a damn what's going on behind the kitchen door. I really don't.
I just don't. Food's good.
I don't want to see it.
Mm-hmm.
Just don't.
Behind the kitchen door?
Behind the kitchen door.
Yeah, those TV segments, man, I don't need to know.
Oh, no, exactly. I don't care. If I like the restaurant, I'm going to go there and I'm going to eat it.
As long as I don't see a roach going across the table or a rat running across the floor, you're right. I don't care.
There is a place, and I'm not going to mention the name, but there is a place that Maggie and I were at, and a roach came right across the table. We've never been back.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm shocked.
I'm telling you.
I am.
It was awful, and Maggie's trying to kill this thing. He was a speedy little dude.
Well, how fast would you get if somebody's trying to kill you?
Well, I guess, but, you know.
I mean, you probably get some speed, too, when Maggie's trying to kill you.
Well, I can't run as fast as I used to. I just take the beating. I figure it'll end soon.
But it was well-deserved.
Maggie throws a mean chancla.
Does she really?
No, actually, I've never seen her throw a chunk. I've never pissed her off that bad, I guess.
Somehow I don't believe you.
Well,
I know you too well.
I have pissed her off
a
time or two, yes.
You've been married more than a week. We've all pissed off our wives at some point, and they've pissed us off.
Well, isn't that what guys are supposed to do? Piss off their wives.
Well, again,
exactly right.
That's why you have to ask, are you still mad about this, or is this new mad? What am I in trouble for? As long as I know what I'm in trouble for, I'm good.
It makes you feel better?
Well, no, I just need to know my level of concern.
I got you. I'm concerned a little bit about Victor Wembanyama, and we appreciate everybody voting on our poll on our SASportsStar.com YouTube page. Very slight concern is the winner at 37%. A little panicked at 28%. Is second. No concerns at all, 20%, and then the sky is falling, 15%. We will get more information, I'm sure, about Victor Wembanyama tomorrow because I don't know this yet. I haven't seen a deal, but I'm assuming the Spurs will practice here before they leave tomorrow afternoon for Portland. So we'll know a little bit more about what's going on with Victor Wembanyama. Congratulations to Keldon Johnson, 6th Man of the Year. Way to go. That is a great feat. Extra Innings with Pleasure is coming up next here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Be sure and start your day with the fellas on the Morning Huddle. AJ and Rob, they will get you started at 6 o'clock. Minix and I are going to be out at the Taste of the North Side out at the Rock at La Cantera tomorrow, beginning at 2. Until then, have a great night, everybody.
Riding 1604 with the Blitz.
On the road again.